situations for 500. This is one of the most stressful things you do. That is selling a quality pre-owned vehicle. That is correct. AutoBuy pays the max for quality pre-owned cars, trucks and SUVs, even boats and motorcycles. Go to WePayTheMax.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. JD Power now ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Visit one of our 11 Orlando Sleep Number stores or visit sleepnumber.com.
Let's talk turkey. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. With the holidays coming, I need your help. So quit driving the old car you hate cold turkey and treat yourself to a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Plus, we'll pay $5,000 over appraised value. My dealer next door credit approval process butters up the bankers to help you get approved. That could get you a brand new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage for only $14,900. I'm RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I'm your car dealer next door. Online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase at listed price. Negative equity may affect amount financed.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Always night pads are designed for a perfect night's sleep. So you can do your bear hugging a pillow thing, your free falling starfish thing, your burritoed in a blanket with the AC blasting thing. While Always night pads with rapid dry do their we've got your back with fast absorbency and up to 10 hours of protection thing. So while your period's doing its own thing, Always lets you do your sleep thing. Shop for Always in-store or online, wherever you get your pads.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
This Friday and Saturday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all sweaters for the family. Grab this season's must-have sweaters, all for 50% off. But hurry, it's only this Friday and Saturday at Old Navy. Valid 11/17 and 18, excludes clearance.
The inaugural NBA in-season tournament tips off this fall. As part of group play, the Orlando Magic will host 2 home games at Amway Center. They'll battle the Toronto Raptors on Tuesday, November 21st at 7 p.m. and the Boston Celtics on Friday, November 24th at 2:30 p.m. The stakes are high and the team is ready for this exciting new challenge. Secure your tickets today at orlandomagic.com/tournament and get ready to cheer on your Orlando Magic.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. BILLS. That's BILLS. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, November 16th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from chaos at the Capitol
to an excuse me. Hold on. Freaking out. To an update of the Great Panda War and a new device that lets you taste the food on your TV. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Wet.
Good. Yeah, man. For a lot of you listening to the show, some of you may be all clear with the weather today, and I hope you are, but it's been nasty out there.
Non-stop rain.
Yeah, it's gross, man. It's just like wet outside. Wet and windy and miserable is what I would call the weather at the moment.
Hat day.
I don't even know how you would know.
What are you talking about? I was just outside 5 minutes ago. I was just outside in the rain 5 minutes ago.
In the rain, getting rained on?
A little bit. Got a little bit of rain on me. You know, I go outside. It's hard to go outside when it's raining like this, but, you know, it's just been nasty as hell for the last, 48 hours or something here at HQ. And they said there's like high wind warnings all over the place. I know there was some really bad flash flooding down south.
Oh, yeah.
In like Fort Lauderdale area.
They shut down the schools in Broward County.
Did they? Yeah. I think they got like over a foot of rain in some places in less than 12 hours. So, you know, it's a lot and it's been gross out there. So one thing you could definitely do that would benefit you is to drive as carefully as you can in weather like this. When you can't see that well, when it's just miserable outside, we'll try to carry you through and have some fun along the way today, but you be safe driving out there because we need your ears to be hanging out with us. Let's see what we got going on. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go once more to the dumbest sport on planet Earth.
Yeah. Slap fight?
That's slap fighting it is. You are right about that. Why does it exist? Why do people do this? For small amounts of money. All of these people are going to have CTE at some point in their lives. And afterwards, there'll be a documentary and they'll go, we never saw this coming. We just didn't think that there would be any risks with slapping the hell out of each other with no blocking of the slap.
But they got in a coma doing what they loved.
Yeah,
you know
I
how
guess
the
so.
phrase goes.
Right, I guess so. I guess it's going to have to really be worth it for you slap fighting guys. This is literally the dumbest thing that humans have invented thus far.
Oh, challenge accepted.
I mean, let's watch this one. Here we go.
One.
Oh, I saw that one, yeah. And then this douchebag, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, press.
He's like flicking him off.
And he grabs his crotch, too, and he's like, yeah, look at me go. I'm like, okay, you won.
I mean, what do you expect from the slap fight?
Good sportsmanship.
What quality of people are we looking at here, Sabrina?
Yeah.
This guy's like, I think you're lucky that he kept all of his clothes on for a celebration. They don't even go by their names in slap fighting. This was Drain versus Aragon. And it's like, you're a bunch of nerds, you're slapping each other, and you deserve the CTE.
That sounds like Aragon is like a plumbing tool, and this is a commercial like Drain versus Aragon. Aragon always wins.
I mean, who looks at this and goes, yeah, I'd like to sign up for that. I think this is an excellent idea. Why wouldn't I do this? It's a great idea. Pop.
Oh. The forehead to the table is the worst part.
Yeah, he gets twice hit because he gets hit with a slap. Then his forehead smashes the table, and then he's in no man's land. If you look at his face, the guy, you have no idea where he is, what's going on. His hands are curling up, and you deserve it. You deserve every bit of brain damage you get from this if you're playing this stupid sport. If you're out there slapping each other, and like 10 years from now, you're in a wheelchair, and you go, oh, how could this have happened to me? Well, look what you're doing. All of you buffoons, everybody involved in this. And the fact that it's like a televised sport and there are corporations making a bunch of money off of this, it makes it even worse to me. Big Country said, I think it's funny. Super funny to watch people make themselves brain dead. Super funny, but that's what they're doing. Trust me, it's the worst thing in the world for you to have your brain shake and hit your skull, which is what happens when you get knocked out. is really bad for you. And in football, when we watch people, we see people who have helmets on. They have the latest technology to try to make it so they're protected when they get hit like this. When we see boxing, we see people with gloves to nullify some of the impact from the punches that they're receiving. But we have MMA is the thing, and we have the slap fighting. And the slap fighting is the dumbest of them all. So those guys are not having a great time. I guess they think they are, at
How
least
much
at
are they
the moment.
winning?
I don't know. I don't think it's that much, honestly. I really don't think it's that much.
The organization in general can't be making that much money.
Well, it's Dana White. He's the one, the guy behind the UFC. He's the one who runs this thing, I think.
That doesn't mean that is profitable. I mean, he might be digging into UFC funds to make sure this thing is afloat, but I mean, I just don't see. The only time we talk about it is when we're like, look how stupid this is.
Yeah, I believe Dana White just made a comment about this. He said, okay, Dana White is behind Power Slap, which is one of the big outfits that does this stupid slap fighting. And guess how much Power Slap is currently worth as a company? These people slapping each other. How much money do you think the company is worth?
$20 million.
What do you think, C-Lane?
$5 million.
$100 million.
Wow.
The company's worth $100 million.
And that's why we keep talking about it.
How much do the winners get? $2,000.
Oh, that's BS, man.
$2,000 to slap each other in the face unopposed.
The slap agents come into play.
Yeah, we're going to need them quickly, please. How about some health insurance for these folks? How about something to make this a little bit better? Eddie Hernandez says ass slapping is real. Yeah, I know. I've seen those videos too. Those are a little bit safer, but still probably stupid. There was a huge protest last night, and it led to a whole bunch of arrests. It was in D.C., right outside the Democratic National Committee headquarters. That's where the Democrats hang out, obviously. And they had a bunch of people who, locked arms. They were, pro-Palestine people, and they were outside the DNCHQ, and they got arrested. They arrested 150 people, which is a lot. That's a lot of people to take in all of a sudden. Those couldn't have all been people who actually went to jail, right? Like, when they say arrest, those have to be a lot of paper arrests.
Yeah, I don't know if they have enough vans for that, Sean.
Yeah, if you intake 150 people, that is, even in this is D.C., even in D.C., that's a lot to deal with. This is ABC 7 talking about this last night.
We start with breaking news out of Washington, D.C., where 6 Capitol police officers have been injured amid a chaotic protest tonight. This is happening outside of the DNC headquarters. Demonstrators were there calling for a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas. At one point, Capitol Police started pushing
There's so many
back,
cops, too.
saying the protest had taken a violent turn. It's not clear right now what led up to that point.
One protester was arrested for assaulting a police officer. The 6 Capitol police officers injured were treated for injuries ranging from minor cuts to being punched. Several members of Congress were inside the building at the time and had to be evacuated, including Representative Sean Casten of Illinois. He tweeted tonight that Americans have a right to assemble and protest, but to respect local police orders.
Yeah,
right. I love the idea of a ceasefire protest, something that would scream peaceful, and it gets violent and arrests are made.
Yeah, I mean, I think there were some folks who were just looking to mix things up out there and make a spectacle out of it, and it was an absolute mess. You don't want to see that kind of stuff. I actually agree with the politician at the end there. You have every right in this country to protest whatever you want to protest. Whether I agree with you or not doesn't even matter, thankfully, for both of us. And you get out there and you do your thing. But the moment you start hitting people, the moment you start committing crimes, they ought to rope you up just like they did and arrest these 150 folks who are out there. They said, All Day Yuckers says, Capitol Police not having a good last 2 years. There's been some incidents. There's been some things to focus on for them. Actually, before that, it was probably really boring for quite some time. And then all of a sudden now, you've got some excitement going on in the worst of ways.
Somewhere like late 2020, somebody started their job as a Capitol policeman. They're like, it's a cush job. Just shaking hands with senators, kind of watching democracy happen, but not a lot of action.
There was a tweet, and I posted this last night because it was hilariously stupid to me. But Donald Trump Jr. posted on Twitter, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, And it was like, basically the tweet, I'll sum it up. It's not exactly what he tweeted. But Donald Trump Jr. said something to the extent of, we used to be able to say retarded. When I was a kid, we said retarded all the time, and we got to bring it back. And Caitlyn Jenner responded, and you'll see Caitlyn Jenner's response here in front of me. It says, I'll say it, and then all caps, retarded. And
stupid ass.
Spelling the word retarded wrong is so fantastic to me. It's like I've seen protesters with signs that are spelled wrong, and those always make me laugh. I always get a chuckle out of that. And spelling that wrong was just a real chef's kiss for Twitter last night. And this website is free for all the smart people who don't pay for the whatever they call it. What do they call it now? Premium?
X.
X Premium or whatever. So there you go. We got so much to talk about today. We want to hang out with you, and you could join us on the show today. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com. You can hit record on your first dispatch right now. And when we return, movie trailers. I was just ranting about how bad movie trailers are. And then Exhibit A lands right in my lap. Wait until you hear this. Where has creativity gone? We'll find out. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Later today, your chance to win tickets to see the Eagles with special guest Steely Dan, March 4th, 2024 at Amway Center. Tickets on sale now and up for grabs this afternoon. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's happening? I hope your Thursday is a safe one behind the wheel right now on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Some delays and closures, including Orangewood Boulevard, southbound of the Central Florida Parkway. A serious incident there. Avoid the area. Also, the on-ramp from westbound lanes of I-4 coming from Maitland Boulevard are still closed. You're going to want to enter from another route. Also, an incident reported on Moss Park Road at the intersection of Narcoossee Road, but the Greenway and Turnpike are clear at this time. Our Safe Touch Security traffic zip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
One of the best gifts a kid can get is a new bike. And Real Radio has your chance to make that dream come true for kids in our community. Join Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorney, and the Monsters in the Morning as they broadcast live from Exploria Stadium for our annual bike drive. Our goal is 104 bikes of all sizes. So bring a brand new bike, and a new bike helmet wouldn't be a bad thing. Wednesday, November 29th, between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. to Exploria Stadium, and help us help the kids. Get your bike today and join us Wednesday, November 29th at Exploria Stadium. Get the details at realradio.fm/bike. Thanks to Orlando City Soccer Club, the Orlando City Foundation, and JustCallMo.com.
Don't miss our iHeartRadio Holiday Special 2023. All hosted by Mario Lopez. Thanksgiving Eve at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Hear it on the free iHeartRadio app's Holiday Seasons Radio.
Get into the holiday spirit with Disney Bundle. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Stream timeless classics, festive favorites, and epic sports all season long. Includes Hulu ad-supported or Hulu no ads plan. Access content from each service separately. Terms apply. See thedisneybundle.com for details.
Excuse me? What happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Well, sure. Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida produce is locally grown by Florida farmers and always sold in season at the peak of freshness.
Well, that's a fresh new way to shop.
Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
Can you trust the government to protect you? We have political chaos, high inflation, global wars, no border protection, and our leadership telling you about pronouns in electric cars. It's time to take a hard look at protecting yourself and your family. It's time to call Oxford Gold Group. Whether you want to diversify against inflation or have gold on hand, you need to visit JesseKellyGold.com. Protect yourself with a visit to JesseKellyGold.com. That's JesseKellyGold.com.
What's gotten lost in a lot of news coverage is trust.
Dan Abrams and Elizabeth Vargas on America's fastest growing cable news network, News Nation.
News Nation is the place that people can come because they trust that at the least we're trying to be straight with them.
Every point of view is represented. That's what we do. We only earn that trust, keep that trust by every single night fulfilling that mission.
To find News Nation on your screen, go to joinnn.com.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
I won over $500,000 playing slots. I do this full time and I would not change it for the world. It's fun and I win. I win a lot.
It happens every day. Regular people are winning every single day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Attention business owners. This is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-3122. 800-200-3122. That's 800-200-3122.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This Friday and Saturday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all sweaters for the family. Grab this season's must-have sweaters, all for 50% off. But hurry, it's only this Friday and Saturday at Old Navy. Valid 11/17 and 18, excludes clearance.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app?
Free music. Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
Huge Black Friday savings all month long. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. BILLS. That's Bills. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture.
I was ranting just the other day, long rant, about how terrible movie trailers have gotten. They either tell you the entirety of the movie in the movie trailer, or it's just like you have no idea what's going on. And I said, I think that was one of the problems with the Marvels, why that movie was such a bomb at the box office, because people went and they, like me, saw the trailer over and over and over, and they were like, who are these people and what is going on in this movie? And it was even more confusing because right before that movie was released, they redid a trailer that had a final trailer, and it was totally different. It looked like a completely different movie. It's got Robert Downey Jr. in it, who's not really in the movie. It's got all kinds of other stuff to go, hey, guys.
So false advertising then.
Kinda. Yeah, it's like a Marvel movie. There's a Marvel movie out here. You guys used to buy a lot of tickets for these Marvel movies. What's going on right now? And then I see this trailer for this new movie, Madam Web, that was dropped yesterday.
Spider-Man's wife?
I don't know what the hell's going on with this. It's like, you know, they entered like this multiverse in the Marvel world.
Yes.
And then that allows you to basically do anything you want because you can go, well, this isn't in the main Spider-Man world. This is like in an offshoot of the Spider-Man world. And Madam Web is a bunch of big stars. Cassandra Webb is in it. Sydney Sweeney is in it. Celeste O'Connor. There's a bunch of names that are huge. They're all women that are the stars of this movie, Madam Web.
Woke.
And the trailer for this, I'm listening, and first of all, I said the voiceover artist for this trailer seems so insanely disinterested in the movie that she is voicing over. She's like,
this summer or whatever.
It's like they told her, hey, we need this in 15 seconds. Can you record this for us, please? And she, fine. Just got in a fight with my boyfriend, but I'll go and I'll record the trailer. And whoever wrote this, there was one line in particular where it was like this big run-on sentence in the middle of the trailer. It's all just so weird. Here's the part I'm talking about where they just try to force in too much information in one sentence or so in the trailer. Here we go.
I've seen that man before. So who is he? Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
He was in the Amazon with my mom while she was researching spiders right before she died. They cram so much in that one sentence in like 3 seconds, and she says it like...
Researching spiders just seems like ChatGPT wrote it.
Also, it shows her she's got a notebook where she's like drawing spiders, and she's got some notes on the side of it.
I see it. That's the research.
The voiceover lady is like barely with it. He was in the jungle with my mother while she was researching spiders right before she died.
So who is he? Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
She seems like she's so disinterested in promoting this movie.
Well, that's not the voiceover though.
Yeah, no, that's the character.
Oh, is that the character saying that? Okay. Well, the character seems like they're delivering the line then that is just like
they could have cut out the part about researching spiders.
Exactly. They're showing
in Amazon with my mother right before she died.
Exactly. What are they doing in that scene? They're showing her with a book where she's obviously researking spiders.
Yes.
Right? Like, we're not that dumb. We can connect some dots.
Blind-friendly, the trailer.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what they were going for. We got to get back to creative trailers. Like, you got to get back to where the movies look so exciting, you just could not miss out on it.
So my friend Dan just texted me saying that Madam Web is a Spider-Man spinoff. It's a part of the Sony stuff where they're trying to milk everything they can out of the Spider-Man villain character.
Okay, so this is not from Marvel, it's from Sony, which is made even weirder because the main character has a camera that they're using that they keep showing, and it's not a Sony camera. I'm not sure why they did that, but they're rolling this out, and Spider-Man's not in it, but there's like a Spider-Man-ish type of character. It's like looks a little Spider-Man-y. No, that's Madam Web is like the main person, I think, but there's some person that they're fighting. He's the bad guy, and he looks like a bootleg Spider-Man. It just doesn't look good. Yeah, it's a Sony's Madam Web standalone movie. The trailer introduces a whole slew of young woman superheroes saving a world where Spider-Man doesn't seem to exist yet. And it's so confusing because I guess Sony has some stuff, but Marvel has other stuff. Like they're still both able to do movies in these worlds, and
isn't that great?
I don't know how they arranged that. I remember the original deal where they bought up the Marvel rights to be able to make these movies, and they got a pretty crazy good deal on it, and they've made a lot from that. But after that, like right now, it seems like all the comic book stuff is just out of gas. And instead of continuing to pump these movies out, why don't we take a second and go, well, all right, let's take a breather. What other directions could we go in? What can we do to revive this a little bit? I don't know that that's going to be a big hit. We'll see, though. We'll see how it all goes. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com and Brandy emails. She says, hi, Sean. Listening to Monday's show, and you were discussing liquor and retails, more specifically the Louis XIII alcohol. This is the stuff that we were saying was in ABC, and I think it was $10,000 for a bottle.
Jump change.
I just can't understand why any human being would actually pay that. Brandy says, thought I'd share the actual cost that ABC paid for the product. They pay $3,525 for the bottle. It comes in a 1-pack case, a massive briefcase of a box to keep it safe. But at $10K retail, that's a 64.75% margin, which is astronomical. They said other outlets work on a 33% margin, and it's not on allocation, so they're price gouging, she says. That is quite the win if they sell one of those things. They're making like $6,000 or so off each one of them that they sell. But on the other hand, I don't imagine that they sell that many of them. Like if
probably
you had
not.
Like that $10,000 bottle, what do you think? Maybe like 1 or 2 a year? They can't be selling that many of them.
Do you think they've released numbers like that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's public stuff. They're not trying to do big volume. They're just trying to do big profit.
What is it called again? I'm sorry.
Louis the 13th. And it's a fancy bottle, really high-end stuff, locked away in this case inside the store for $10,000. But I guess it cost $3,525 for the store itself.
I remember at one point they had a similar bottle. It wasn't Louis. It was like a really long-aged Scotch or something. This was at Corona Cigars.
Right.
So it was like, they have a lot of obviously a lot of cigars, huge selection, but then they have a lot of fancy liquors that are under lock and key. And the bartender was like, "You want to buy this bottle of Scotch?" Like kept joking to me because there was no way. I didn't have the money. I don't have the money now. I definitely didn't have the money then. She's like, "If I sell it, I get a free trip to Scotland."
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we're talking some BOGO.
If they sell one bottle of it, they get a free trip to Scotland?
Yes.
Must be nice, man.
That's how expensive the bottle is.
Over on Twitch, Chaos says, Sony owns Spider-Man and parts of X-Men, and they loan out the rights to studios. So I guess they do that kind of piecemeal, and then they can make their own projects off the side of that. All right, let's go to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches. That's how you join us on the show today and any day. You just record one over at thenewsjunkie.com, just like Barry did. Here's Barry with a dispatch.
Hola, Tres Amigos. Happy day.
You too.
Sean, I'm convinced that you're getting a free Cybertruck. And when you do, please give us the rundown. And the reason I say this is because you've promoted X like every day the last 3 months and how you're always on there. And if you like the hellscape of hate and you want to be in that, that's fine, man. I'm still going to listen to you because I appreciate you. But when you get the truck, when you get this free truck, let us know because they say it has very little headspace, small bed, and there's all these bad points on the Cybertruck, but we want to know what it's like from you when you get it.
I want nothing to do with those stupid Cybertrucks.
Sean is vested.
I'm not vested. I don't care about Twitter or X other than just using it to see all the stupidity that unfolds, and I'm not getting a Cybertruck. I mean, I'd take a free Cybertruck, but I'd probably just sell it because
you can't. You'll get sued, remember?
Oh, damn, you're right.
Can't sell it.
Oh, I'd be stuck in the Cybertruck even if I got a free one. I can't. Can you imagine being inside that thing driving around town? Oh, God.
Everyone will be looking at you.
They would. And I think there's some people who like that, who like the aspect of it where
it's like, everyone who owned a Hummer.
Exactly, yeah. They like all the eyes on them as they're driving around. I don't want that. I don't want a bunch of people looking at my Cybertruck, coming over talking about my Cybertruck.
So you do have a Cybertruck?
No, I don't have one, and I'm not getting one. I'm staying far away.
Someone Photoshop Sean on a Cybertruck, please.
I don't see how somebody could think that you're promoting Twitch to get a free Cybertruck when you've been talking about how ugly this thing is for days now.
Right, yeah. I've run down the Cybertruck as much as I possibly can. I'm not all about it, but if you like it, you do you. Here's Pizza Peisenberg with the dispatch for us.
Yoski Chodes checking in quickly to remind you guys and the world that I believe Michael Scott said it best when he said, quote, "You don't call retarded people retarded. It's bad taste. You call Caitlyn Jenner retarded when she misspells retarded."
Really
Tip
saying that
your
word
grammar checkers.
Thank you, Pizza Peisenberg. Appreciate you. A lot of people were chiming in about Caitlyn Jenner's tweet about the Donald Trump Jr. thing. That's a perfect representation of the website for me. It's like, this is what people do over here, grandstanding a bunch of dumb stuff over and over and over again.
I didn't even see the Donald Trump Jr. part in the tweet.
It's cropped out of the tweet that I posted, but that's what the response was to, actually. Here's Smartass with a dispatch.
Hello, news junkies.
Hey.
On the topic of boofing saltwater, yes, I agree with you. That's an absolute bad idea. But I did see an episode of Bear Grylls where he apparently boofed water he could not decontaminate or purify.
That man is strange.
So maybe that's what that dispatcher was referring to.
Like pond water?
Have some water that you know is not safe enough to drink and you have no way to purify it. According to Bear Grylls, you can absorb the water by boofing it, and then everything else is disposed of.
You know, I don't believe that. I don't think that seems like the worst idea. Take some dirty pond water and put it in there, of all places.
That makes it double dirty.
I feel like it's just going to infest you on that side. Don't take any advice from this show about doing things like that. It's a real bad idea. When we come back, we got your dispatches, and you can join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours. Plus, an airline passenger gets a big, giant fine. What did they do, and how much was it for? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
X marks the spot at Real Radio 1041 on X.
Yeah. No one calls it that.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 weather impact day as heavy rain will continue throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours tonight. We could be seeing the potential for localized flooding as well as gusty winds. Gusts along our east coast upwards of 40, potentially even 50 miles per hour. Now we are going to be seeing drying skies by this weekend, which is great news. So remember to depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today with That Mortgage Guy Don. That Mortgage Guy Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you and has been there for many people, so much so that he has over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com. So very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I could say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind, and that's very important considering that chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So let That Mortgage Guy Don help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker, not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. So why don't you work with an expert and a friend that you can trust by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Always night pads are designed for a perfect night's sleep, so you can do your bear hugging a pillow thing, your free falling starfish thing, your burritoed in a blanket with the AC blasting thing. While Always night pads with rapid dry do their we've got your back with fast absorbency and up to 10 hours of protection thing. So while your period's doing its own thing, Always lets you do your sleep thing. Shop for Always in-store or online, wherever you get your pads.
It's No Pay November at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Get Black Friday savings all month on every new and used car. And pay no money down, no interest financing, and no payments for 6 months. How can you say no? Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando, OrlandoNissan.com, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at 310 Lakeside in downtown Orlando Friday, November 17th from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner, and as always, let's start with a Stella.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine, no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023 Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Caution, RSV, or respiratory syncytial virus, can be a dangerous virus for adults 60 years and older. Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
Would you do this? That's my question to you. Right now, we've made mention that there's this big convention going on, and people from all over the world come to it. It's called IAAPA, and while you may have never heard of it before, it's super cool. It's like a convention for people that own theme parks, and you go to the convention and they show off all the latest roller coasters and rides and technology and everything like that.
But they show off like all facets of the theme park too. So for example, like if you all of a sudden start going to theme parks and seeing like there's a new like concession that you've never seen before, like you know like pretzels stuffed with nacho cheese or something like that, and you're like, oh, that's new. Probably something they found at IAPA. Like that. By the first time my friends ever saw a vending machine that dispenses Pringles cans.
Mm-hmm.
That was at IAPA. They were like popping them out for free.
They're right on the edge of it over there, man. And that's why I say, would you do this? And here's what they've unveiled. This is, I guess, the tallest, fastest, and longest roller coaster in the world. And it's going to be in Saudi Arabia at Six Flags. They give some stats on it.
Oh, that's nice. They gave him a booth over there.
IAPA thing. And so the height of the tracks for this roller coaster, the roller coaster is 640 feet high. That's how high the peak of the roller coaster is. That's 64 stories tall.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Thank you. 64
stories tall. How fast does the roller coaster go? 156 miles per hour.
That seems like really good for your body.
It's how fast it goes. The track is 13,000 feet long. It has 3 different launches, and it's just absolutely insane that they're doing this to begin with. I don't know if I'd get on that roller coaster.
How much does it cost?
To ride it or to get it? To get it is probably insanely expensive.
I imagine to ride it, well, now that they're selling it, there's no cost to, at least to be a patron. But then you think about the lines, unless this is a completely different setup for Saudi Arabian roller coasters. Imagine for that long and that high of a roller coaster, you're in line for 4 days.
Oh, my God. Yeah, when this thing opens, it's going to be so popular. Falcon's Flight is what it's called. That's too high and too fast for me. 640 feet and 156 miles an hour. The longest, fastest, and tallest roller coaster in the world was unveiled. Would you ride this? I know there's huge fans of roller coasters. I used to have somebody who I was friends with, and their parents were such roller coaster fanatics. They traveled the world to go on these roller coasters. They subscribed to, I kid you not, Roller Coaster Magazine, where they outlined all the stuff that was coming down the pipeline, new rides, new this, new that. But that is a little much. Ardnass on Twitch says, I'd go on it. Abraham said, I would 1,000%. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, 30 years ago, I would have said yes, but it looks like it's a no for now. That's frightening, man. That's too tall for me.
I don't know.
Way up in the air.
I think I'd like to try it out, depending on, maybe I'd get a look at it in person and decide differently, but it seems fine. I would have to, all I've seen is that little, tweet or something that you showed that was at IAPA, which I think is weird, some of this IAPA stuff that's for places that are so far away. You said yesterday that there was, they unveiled something for Cedar Point in Ohio. That's pretty cool. But Saudi Arabia, I mean, that's a hell of a journey just to get on a big roller coaster. Remember we talked to somebody who'd been on thousands of roller coasters or ridden some roller coasters thousands of times?
I guarantee you they're going to go on this.
Yeah.
Because if you're an aficionado and you hear that there's one like this, you're going to want to go on that just so you could say that you've been on it, for God's sake. What do you think? Let us know with the dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. The federal district court in Arizona has ordered an American Airlines passenger to pay a fine after she pleaded guilty to interfering with a flight crew member. This woman is Kayla Ferris. She used profanity and she threatened flight crew members while traveling from Phoenix to Hawaii. And they said her behavior prevented flight attendants from carrying out their duties. The captain turned the plane around and returned to Phoenix. So here's what her punishment was for acting up on this flight. She was fined $38,952 that she has to pay.
My God.
And she has to serve 3.6 months in prison. And that is her payment for acting up on this flight that had to be turned around.
3.6 months.
So specific, isn't it? 3.6 months
Any video
in prison.
of
3
her
years
acting up?
of supervised release. There very well may be, but I don't know. It's from 2022. February 2022 was when the incident happened. And they've been stepping up enforcement around these air rage incidents. And everybody who screws up, you see them freaking out on a plane. If they file a complaint on those folks, not only will they go to jail for inconveniencing everybody and causing a scene on the plane. They'll also get these big giant fines. $40,000 is nothing to, laugh at. That's a significant fine, I think, to give somebody like this. The idea is that it's going to dissuade other people from freaking out down the road.
I don't think so.
I don't think you could really save people from freaking out.
No.
If you're going to freak out, you're going to freak out, right?
Yeah, you're not with it.
I don't think every freak out we've talked about the last 5 years, there is nobody that screams, did they think about this before they started?
No, it's in the moment.
Happens.
Usually they seem to be in some sort of psychotic mental break, and I don't know that they would sit there and go, well, is it worth it? $40,000 is a big fine. I'm probably facing that.
I mean, aside from the money, I mean, when you get some sort of fine like that, if you don't have it, you don't have it. And that's up to them on how they're going to take it, like in installments or if they're just screwed. But she will not be permitted to travel by commercial aircraft without prior approval during her term of supervised release. That is annoying.
And that's 3 years, I think, right? Yeah, 3 years of supervised release. She cannot fly on a commercial aircraft unless she gets prior authorization, which...
I promise I won't freak out.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Not being able to fly would suck. That would be such an issue to have that as, you can't travel, you can't go to places outside the United States.
I mean, my cousin won't fly. Mm-hmm. And so she's back in Florida now, so it's, not really an issue. But when she lived across the country, if she wanted to come to a family reunion or something going on, when my grandfather passed away, she had to get on a train and take
her soul.
From Oregon.
That's so
to
long.
South Carolina. I mean, that's a long-ass, boring journey.
Yeah, for me, that's why I muscle through with stuff, because if we had high-speed trains in the United States like they do in Europe, oh, man, it's awesome. You could get from country to country real quick, and it's just like a flight or something. It's fast. But here in the United States, you got to be able to fly if you want to go places that are across the country. It's just too far. Let's go over to you. Let's see what you have going on. What's rattling around your brain today, like OI or OI 812 with a dispatch about that roller coaster. Hello?
Okay, let's see. A roller coaster with that kind of stature. Well, ain't gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
It's about 50-50 so far, what I'm seeing. It's like...
Not gonna do it?
Not gonna do it. It's about 50-50 with people who say 100% yes or 100% no. Not a lot of people floating in the middle. When I look 65 stories up and see a roller coaster and that thing probably is plummeting at some point way down, I'm scared. That's a little too much for me. Here's Bart versus Bill Gates. Oh, hang on. That's not come in yet. Let me grab that here, and we'll play this dispatch for you now. There we go.
Hey guys, y'all were talking about the Madam Web movie.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Sean, when you were talking about who was in it, you said Cassandra Webb was in it. That's the character's name. It's Dakota Johnson.
I screwed it all up. I'm sorry.
That's in it. The girl, I think, from 50 Shades of Grey. And second, the whole Marvel Sony thing, it's basically back in I think it was late 90s, early 2000s. Marvel was really hemorrhaging for money, so they sold off the rights to their characters to various movie studios, including the Hulk to Universal, and Spider-Man to Sony. And well, when Disney bought Marvel, they got back the rights to most of the characters, but they didn't actually get the rights back to Spider-Man.
I see. All right. Yeah, I screwed that all up. My
Also,
apologies.
Sean, while we're talking about what a dum-dum you are, you called that Chatter Ardenas and it's Sandra backwards.
Wow.
How am I supposed to know that?
You're supposed to read backwards, obviously, dummy.
I got a lot of things going on. Spinning plates over here. Yeah, you're right. It's Dakota Johnson who's in this. Sydney Sweeney, Celeste O'Connor, and Isabella Merced. Those are the big actresses that are in this Madam Web movie. The trailer just didn't seem like it was all the way put together. That's my problem with it. And the one woman, Cassandra Webb, that character played by Dakota Johnson, I think her power, I believe, is that she could kind of see the future, but it plays out. But it plays out more like this. Instead of like psychic, have you ever seen the movie Happy Death Day?
No.
There's a couple of them, or maybe even three. It's this movie where this girl keeps reliving the same day over and over and over.
Oh, like Russian Doll, that new movie or show.
So she knows what's going to happen because she keeps reliving those moments over and over and over. That's how it's kind of like a psychic thing. And yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe it's good. I don't know, but it just. The trailer was not very professional, I don't think. Let's go to a couple more of your dispatches, including this one. Here's Big T talking about the roller coaster.
Good after morning news, junkies. So, as I can't build a pool in the rain, I got today off, which is excellent. And yeah, that roller coaster, hell yes.
Oh, he's a yes.
That sounds awesome. That would be the fastest outside of a plane I've ever been in my life. And yeah, sounds like a good time. So I don't know what you wusses are all getting all excited about. It ain't that bad.
What was the what was the speed of the roller coaster? The top speed?
Hang on, I'll bring it back up here. The flight, Falcon's Flight is the name of the roller coaster, and the top speed was 156 miles per hour. This roller coaster went.
That's insane. Dude.
That's fast. I mean, I don't know how fast some of these other ones go, but I'll tell you, I go on the Mummy, which is my favorite roller coaster, and I bet that's nowhere near even 100 miles an hour, and I feel like I'm fired off on a rocket or something. I don't know how fast the Mummy goes, but I know it doesn't go 156 miles per hour.
This is awesome.
I'm just imagining that rate of speed on a roller coaster, and it's a big, giant nope from me, unfortunately. Mo Manji, the realtor.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well.
You too.
Sabrina, you're saying that every Hummer owner seems like a Cybertruck owner. I used to own a Hummer, but
not surprised.
I'm not going to get the Cybertruck. I hate that thing. It looks ugly. It doesn't really work. But also, it's not like I would drive something flashy like that. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Bye.
You're wrong on that one. I've seen your car, sir. Thank you for the dispatch, though. How fast do you think the Mummy roller coaster goes? Because I've just looked it up here.
30.
Okay, 30, you say?
68 miles an hour.
40 miles per hour.
Oh.
I win.
So that feels fast. And the other one's going 111 or whatever miles faster than that per hour.
You've been on the Hulk, right, Sean?
Yes, yeah.
So that's I think it was one of the first that went like that shoot off. I forget what they call it in the industry.
Like launches you.
But that was like 0 to 60. And you felt it in your chest. I can't imagine. I think people's like teeth would fall out.
Hulk goes 67 miles per hour. It's 100 miles an hour faster than that. That's too much. Yeah, I'm going to be a no on this one, I think. I'll let you guys try it out first. Hopefully the thing stays on the tracks, for God's sake. All right, let us know what you think. Join us on the show today, and you could do that by going to thenewsjunkie.com and hitting record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, friends, an update on that beating in Las Vegas and a very, very frightening incident that rolls out in a courtroom. You got to hear about this. What happened? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
holiday magic.
It's just minutes away and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your Thursday is a safe and great one behind the wheel on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like a delay still westbound on the I-4 express lanes that's approaching the direct exit towards the Turnpike. Also, of course, your usual delay on I-4 that's eastbound approaching World Drive and between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. Right now, thankfully, westbound lanes, especially near Maitland, are open again and no issues reported on the actual Turnpike itself or the Greenway. Our Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Uni, a product of ePass. What would you do with the time and money you save with ePass?
Probably just take a nice long nap.
Correct! Yes! This week only, get the 19-state portable Uni for just $5. Or pick up the always free toll sticker at getepass.com.
Real Radio wants to provide you with a little holiday magic.
Holiday magic.
Holiday magic in the form of $1,000 13 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekly from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do it on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer your phone from a number that you most likely will not recognize when they call back the winner, because that's how you get some
holiday magic.
This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992 right here in Central Florida. Over 30 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory authorized dealer, turn to the experts. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich, back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade, a refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverage is artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
One of the most influential metal bands of all time. For the fans, for the brothers, for legacy. Pantera. February 5th, Emily Arena. With special guests, Lamb of God. On sale Friday, November 17th, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Pantera, live in concert.
Ashley Banfield and Chris Cuomo on America's fastest-growing cable news network, News Nation.
The viewer seems to have been lost in the shuffle of cable news lately. They don't want a team sport. They want the full picture.
The appetite is greater than it has ever been for perspective, for understanding, and for information that they can not just trust, but use.
See why more people are turning to News Nation, news for all America. To find News Nation on your screen, go to joinnn.com.
When seasonal allergies and clogged sinuses make you miserable, you want fast relief. But recently there's confusion about which cold and allergy products work and which ones don't. In fact, oral phenylephrine, a drug found in many oral decongestants in the cold and allergy aisle, is currently being evaluated by the FDA because it may be ineffective. Luckily, there's a drug-free solution called Navage that for many provides on-the-spot relief. Navage is the natural way to relieve congestion by sucking out the allergens, germs, and mucus that can make you stuffy and miserable. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril. Trust drug-free Navage so you can breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Let's talk turkey. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. With the holidays coming, I need your help. So quit driving the old car you hate cold turkey and treat yourself to a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Plus, we'll pay $5,000 over appraised value. My dealer next door credit approval process butters up the bankers to help you get approved. That could get you a brand new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage for only $14,900. I'm RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I'm your car dealer next door. Online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase at listed price. Negative equity may affect amount financed.
We're all looking for the recipe for success. A better career, bigger house, faster car. But have you thought maybe you're just hungry? Maybe what you really need is the recipe for fresh. Luckily, that's easy to get and just as easy to cook up. Just go to freshfromflorida.com. There you'll find all kinds of recipes that use in-season and locally grown Florida produce. Sure, they're not the keys to a new sports car, but Fresh from Florida recipes are a satisfying, tastier kind of success. Visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. CASH. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
Man, I'm not sure about this, but I want to see what everybody thinks about this new invention that is on the way. And in fact, we'll bring it to the test here. Is it a good idea or a bad idea?
Good idea or bad idea?
Let's see. I don't know. I think C-Lane might like this, but it says a new device is being tested in the United Kingdom, the UK, that will let you taste food from TV shows as you're watching them. And they're
it's
working
like modern day scratch and sniff.
Yes, but you're watching Top Chef or the Great British Baking Show. Some people watch. It's very boring to me, but people like it for some reason.
I hate baking shows.
But imagine you could watch the baking show and you could taste the food at home that you're watching on the TV. That's a breakthrough. That's Willy Wonka style stuff that we're talking about. I would love to do this. I don't know how far along they are, but the article says, what if you could try all the pies, cakes, and biscuits, not just by picking the same types up at the store afterwards, but by getting the tastes on your tongue at the very same time as it's on the show? That soon could be a very real possibility with the help of a new device. Has the capability to take the flavor makeup of any food and recreate it in liquid form. So for now, friends, it's just going to be liquid. And
see, that's the thing. It's like, all right, you can taste what's on TV. But if it's a burger and you can only do this in liquid form, now I'm drinking liquid burger.
Yeah, you get burger goop, and you just sip on that, and you go, oh, that's what that burger tastes like.
What are the long-term effects of liquid burger made out of your TV?
We're not going to know for a little while because the device is currently being tested by Professor Alan Chalmers.
Why do I think the porn industry is chomping at the bit for this one?
It could be. This Professor Alan Chalmers of Warwick University in the UK says, you're watching these judges enjoying themselves, but what does it taste like? You could have those recipes in your home device, and when the judge tries it, you can have a little squirt of it yourself. The flavor that goes in their mouth has got a number.
Can we come up with different words for this?
Well,
the phrasing is, yeah.
What's wrong with a little squirt in your mouth? That's what he's saying we were going to try here. The flavor that goes in their mouth has got a number. You simply recreate that number on your device. So he goes on. He says, explaining how the device works, Chalmers said humans experience flavor based on 5 tastes: sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami, as well as incorporating mouthfeel and aroma. He said every flavor is a point in flavor space. Flavor space sounds pretty cool.
Boom
you can
down.
describe that point, its taste, its aromas, and its mouthfeel. He finishes up by saying this. Think of it like a color wheel. You can move your cursor around and watch the color wheel change from one to the next, but if you just click at a certain point, you get one exact color made up of a certain combination of the others. So you do that, but with food, and you get a little squirt of food in your mouth as you're watching the TV show.
I'm good. I think we should just keep that separate. Yeah.
All right. Don't want to taste the TV? All right. C-Lane, what about you? You think it's a good idea or a bad idea?
Why don't you go smell-o-vision first, and then we'll work on tasting the stuff.
Yeah, talk to me when you have a box and the box just absolutely perfectly recreates the thing that's on the screen.
That was another to bring it, back to that TV show that I like on Amazon, Upload.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things they have, that's kind of in their futuristic take on how society works. Like, a lot of people don't have naturally grown food. It's printed, and then they have like a 3D printer for your food that's got like a fat cartridge and a protein cartridge, much like your color printer would have.
I like it. If you could make it look just like the food on the screen, and then I could eat it while I'm watching it, you would have all these programs like Gordon Ramsay. He's got 8 billion TV shows. He'd have one where he'd go, tonight we're doing the beef Wellington, and he's making up the beef Wellington on TV, and your little machine is cooking it up right alongside him. And then when it's time to taste, they go, taste test time. And you go over to the machine, you take out the food. It looks exactly like what Gordon Ramsay has. It's piping hot. You dive into it, and you're eating off the television. That sounds nice to me. But the Goop stuff, I don't know. I'm not on board with that totally right now.
Yeah, why don't send a little box lunch, and you can eat it at the same time. Now it's time for you to open up the yellow wrapper. And that's what we're doing.
Hello Fresh that you can cook along with the program.
I'm not going to get a cup of goop and it's like, this is what a burger tastes like. Just close your eyes and imagine.
Yeah, because it's just going to be a bunch of liquid in your mouth. This is not even close to the same experience at all. There is something that's blowing up on social media right now. In fact, it's blowing up in particular in the world of TikTok,
Facebook,
where
Instagram,
everything happens.
Twitter, y'all see this?
Where all of the things go viral. It's kind of unexpected what's going viral right now because it's a TikTok account for Jesus that's going viral.
Oh, congrats, Jay.
Have you guys seen Jesus in your timelines at all?
Have not. No.
Oh, is it's the effect?
It's the AI Jesus, and somebody made this, and it is exploding right now. The video that I'm looking at has 3.5 million likes. I think it's got like 20 million views. And somebody just said, here's what we're going to do. We know people like religion, at least some people do. We're going to have an AI Jesus. The person who runs this is probably not even religious. This is just like a cash grab. They're like, let's go for it.
But I love that the religious people are just
Are you going to skip?
soaking it in versus people are trying to play God here.
Right.
This is blasphemy.
How dare you? What are you doing? The AI God is not the real God. Here's an example. This is one of the bigger ones that's out there. Hold on. Why did it go to a different Jesus for me? The account, I got it in front of me. It's called Believer Daily. It's got 9.2 million likes. This video has 22 million views.
If you skip this video, it's because this person is not part of your life. This person is here in my house. If it were up to me, I would never let them leave. But they told me that they need to go, so I pointed the way to your house, as I know that you will receive them with all the love in the world.
It's not the greatest AI, now that I'm watching it. It's not very closely matched up with the audio, but it's enough.
Jesus would have done it, right?
Jesus would have nailed it, but this account's still getting tons of comments, and everybody's praying in the comments and stuff.
His name is Jesus Christ. Now say very quietly, come in, Lord, I need you so much. Cleanse my heart, Lord, with your blood. Protect my family. If you believe in God, send this video to all your friends and family.
Oh, my God, it's like a throwback of the emails.
Yeah, this is definitely Catholic Jesus, because there's a lot of guilt. There's if you skip this video,
born in Bethlehem, but
Jesus.
Sounds like he was born in Philadelphia.
Sabrina's exactly right. This is a flashback to early internet days where you would send chain emails, or the one that I always talk about where some guy built a website with one photo on it, and the photo was of the Virgin Mary. And he's like, we want to make this the most popular website on the internet, so just visit this and send it to 10 of your friends. And if you don't, terrible things will happen to you. You must spread the word of God. And it's wait, hold on. This is an AI TikTok account. What am I doing here? Send this to 10 of my friends? Wait, no, I don't want to do that. But it's working. And somebody is sitting back and just counting the Jesus bucks. So good for them for taking the opportunity. I do want to make mention of, before we play these dispatches that you're sending in from the newsjunkie.com, my favorite politician on planet Earth is back in the news. And I'd feel bad if I didn't make mention of this, because George Santos, who continues to amaze. He delivers.
Got the Nobel Peace Prize, didn't he?
He said so. But George Santos, who continues to deliver, he now is in trouble. He says he's not going to run for re-election. He's trying to hang on to his job. They just did an ethics investigation on him, and they found out that George Santos used campaign funds to pay for OnlyFans. And
Jesus, man.
This guy just does everything.
He's like, they let me get away with all the other stuff. Why not?
Here's the report for the Ethics Committee. I'll read right from it. It says, on October 21st, 2022, Redstone's bank account received a $25,000 wire from an account affiliated with Contributor 2. From there, $25,000 was transferred from Redstone's account to Representative Santos's personal checking account. On October 26th, Redstone's bank account received a $25,000 wire from an account affiliated with Contributor number 1, blah, blah, blah. The money's going into Santos's account. After the $50,000 from Redstone was deposited into Santos's personal accounts, the funds were used to, among other things, pay down personal credit card bills and other debt, make a $4,127 purchase at Hermes, the clothing and purse place, I think, and for smaller purchases at OnlyFans, Sephora, and for meals and parking. George Santos was spending these campaign funds. So there you go. The guy, he just continues to deliver on all fronts. What a man to watch. And we'll see if he can hang on to his job out there. He's holding on for dear life. Let's see what you got going on. Chaos is talking about something that is 420 feet tall and 120 miles per hour fast, I should say.
What's up, news junkies?
Hey.
Enjoying my day off with my kiddos.
Oh, congrats.
They're beating on the door right now. So the dragster in Ohio, since everybody says, there's nothing in Ohio. Well, Ohio has probably
That's your child,
the
I'm
best
sorry?
Yeah, this is a kid.
You know, most popular coasters out there. But anyways, the dragster does like 120 miles an hour.
That's
it's like 420 feet tall. But it breaks so freaking often. Like, you'll have one person get on the ride.
Oh, great.
They'll launch, and then it'll break, and then they have to roll all the way down the hill. And then you depart the ride, and after you waited 3-4 hours to get on the ride, you have to get off the ride.
Oh, no, that's no good. I'd be pissed off about that.
I've been to that park a couple times.
Have you really?
I don't think the dragster was open yet, though. But
would you have gone on that? Would you ride something that's 120 miles?
I definitely would have. I mean, maybe,
you're nuts.
Let's say, formerly known as Top Thrill Dragster, is an upcoming launch roller coaster, so nobody has ridden it.
He says that people have been on it. Maybe it's another one.
Why does it say upcoming?
Maybe they didn't update the Wikipedia page. Something went wrong there. Seems like I'm not going on either one of them.
Top Thrill Dragster opened in 2003 as the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world, as well as the first strata coaster.
I don't even know what that is.
Don't know what that means at all. But yeah, height of 420 feet, maximum speed of 120 miles an hour. And it was surpassed by Kingda Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure. But yeah, I think that was after
That's so
that I
fast,
had never
man.
been to Cedar Point. Cedar Point is like known for roller coasters, though.
Yeah, but I just have never been on anything like that. I don't know how fast all the other ones that I've been on go, but I seriously doubt anything is faster than like 40 or 50 miles per hour that I've been on. And to think of something going 120 miles per hour as a roller coaster or 150 miles per hour as a roller coaster, your body is just like a gravitron, like stuck to the seat. And Sabrina had somebody send over a photo of the actual roller coaster itself for this Falcon's Fury thing.
Yeah, thanks, Chad.
And it's super impressive looking. Like, this roller coaster must have cost so much money. You could just look at this thing. This is the cart. It's got a big falcon's head on it with lights and stuff.
So I will say, looking at that, I'm a little bit more inclined to try it out.
What is it about this that makes you more calm about it?
It seems like just the top of your head will be out versus like your standard roller coaster where the thought of 150 plus miles an hour across your entire body makes me want to throw up on myself.
Yeah, it's got a windshield on it in front of the riders, and then the seats are very like secured looking from what I can tell.
Do you think it has to have a windshield because you could get like wind burn if you're going that fast?
I don't know. Other than being in a plane, I've never been 150-something miles an hour in my life. I've never gone that fast. And it seems crazy to me that people are willing to do it, but everybody wants something bigger, better. That's why Saudi Arabia, they're throwing that oil money behind it. They go, we want Falcon's Fury. We don't only want it to be the tallest. We don't only want it to be the fastest, but we also want it to be the longest roller coaster in the world. That's what you got to do in the roller coaster world to keep things exciting. You got to deliver on this stuff.
If you're going to do the fastest roller coaster in the world, you got to start making them longer, because if it's the fastest roller coaster in the world, it's the same amount of track as all your other 40-mile-an-hour jobs.
Might be a little short.
It's not going to last very long.
That's it. All right, you're off. And how'd you like the ride? How was it?
And it's done. It's gone.
Arnott said, we went there to ride it, got to the gate, and it was closed for cable sending metal into faces. Sorry, folks, park's closed. Man, I don't want to get on anything that's breaking and that goes that fast. That's just a nope from me. Sorry. We want to hear from you. You can join us on the show, as always. All you have to do is on your phone or your laptop, wherever you are, if you got a microphone in front of you and your phone has one, go over to the website or use the app to send us a dispatch. So go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, I got that update on that Las Vegas incident where a bunch of students beat up some kid so bad he ended up dying. Well, the update is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your Thursday is a safe and great one behind the wheel on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like a delay still westbound on the I-4 express lanes that's approaching the direct exit towards the Turnpike. Also, of course, your usual delay on I-4 that's eastbound approaching World Drive and between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. Right now, thankfully, westbound lanes, especially near Maitland, are open again and no issues reported on the actual Turnpike itself or the Greenway. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by OrlandoJobs.com.
Don't miss Central Florida's largest diversity career fair. Friday, November 17th at the Amway Center. Over 130 employers, over 6,000 open jobs, free parking, and professional headshots. Register now at OrlandoJobs.com. Get a better job today. OrlandoJobs.com.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? It's not a plane or a ship ride away. It's not across an ocean or over the equator. It's not even a far drive. The peak of freshness is at your grocery store, and it's called Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state, meaning it's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
When a client comes to our firm after an accident, we have the awesome responsibility of returning what was taken away from them. Loss of income and earning potential, past and future medical bills, pain and suffering, the loss of the enjoyment of life. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our clients don't seek charity, they seek justice. They're looking to have their life back and property restored. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about your legal rights. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight.
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Right now, during the Ram Black Friday sales event, get up to 15% below MSRP on select 2023 Ram 1500, 2500, and 3500 models. 10 or 15% below MSRP depending on model. 10% below MSRP eligible trucks include Ram 2500 and 3500. 15% below MSRP eligible trucks include Ram 1500 Bighorn and Laramie and Ram 1500 Classic. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery from dealer stock by 11:30. Ram is a registered trademark.
This Friday and Saturday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all sweaters for the family. Grab this season's must-have sweaters, all for 50% off. But hurry, it's only this Friday and Saturday at Old Navy. Valid 11/17 and 18, excludes clearance.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Let's talk turkey. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. With the holidays coming, I need your help. I'm stuffed with cars like a Thanksgiving Day bird. I need to liquidate my inventory now. So quit driving the old car you hate cold turkey and treat yourself to a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Plus, we'll pay $5,000 over appraised value. Even if you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $8,000 more than it's worth. We have used cars from just $69 per month and new cars from just $149 per month. Is your credit fried? My dealer next door credit approval process butters up the bankers to help you get approved. You could drive a better car today for just $1 down, and we'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value. That could get you a brand new 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage for only $14,900, or a 2024 Outlander top safety pick for only $25,900. I'm RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I'm your car dealer next door. Online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase at listed price. Negative equity may affect amount financed.
Can you trust the government to protect you? We have political chaos, high inflation, global wars, no border protection, and our leadership telling you about pronouns in electric cars. It's time to take a hard look at protecting yourself and your family. It's time to call Oxford Gold Group. Whether you want to diversify against inflation or have gold on hand, you need to visit jessekellygold.com. Protect yourself with a visit to jessekellygold.com. That's jessekellygold.com.
iHeart Podcast Update. This week on your free iHeartRadio app. Sex, lies, and spray tans. We'll take you all the way back to Dancing with the Stars Season 1 and up through today for all the dance floor drama. Next question with Katie Couric. Katie brings the thoughtful, inquisitive, relatable style to a slew of new and intimate conversations with some of the most fascinating and innovative people in news, politics, and pop culture. The Uppity Knitter Podcast with Saida Garrett, featuring musicians that Saida is friends with discussing their interesting and unusual hobbies. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Huge Black Friday savings all month long. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. C-A-S-H. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
And thanks for hanging out with us today. And if you miss any of this show, you can always catch up with the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. There's no shot that this is real, but here it is anyways. This was just posted a matter of minutes ago on Snoop Dogg's Instagram, and it's got a photo of him with prayer hands. It says, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time, Snoop Dogg.
Does he call it smoke?
I guess so. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
There's no way Snoop Dogg is quitting weed. I would seriously be blown away by that. But
and they said that about Willie Nelson, and he gave up smoking.
Did he really?
He just does edibles now.
Oh, really? I wonder if he's going to go that angle with it, or if he's just trolling everybody. But it says, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. I love please respect my privacy at this time. It's like it's a weird thing to toss on a statement about whether or not you're going to keep smoking weed. Bootsy Moonshine says, April Fools. Well, here we are in November. I don't know if he's trying to flip it around on us, but we'll keep an eye on Snoop Dogg. That's his note to the world. There was a really eerie moment in court yesterday that I wanted to share with you. And it's a kid named Jeremy Goodale. He's young. He ended up getting life in prison with the possibility of parole. And he was doing his apologies, and there were witness statements and all kinds of things going on. And he just randomly started like the biggest nosebleed you've ever seen in your life in the courtroom. And it was weird to see it for some reason because he had just got done giving this super emotional speech. And then I put this up on See It Now. Take a look at this. You can see him in the courtroom, and he's just like, just blood gushing out of his nose.
God.
I don't know if you like, if you're in a real emotional situation, can you cause a nosebleed?
Important to keep in mind how we got here.
It's just rolling into his mouth.
Was he like hysterically crying?
Yes, he was sobbing the whole time. He was giving this speech. He was very, very emotional. He was sobbing. And then afterwards, when he sits down, I don't know if it got so intense that he gave himself a nosebleed. If that's a thing that can even happen, but it was freaky looking. He just sits down and his blood running down his face and into his mouth. Killer teen Jeremy Goodale sobs and gets a bloody nose as he's sentenced to life for beating his Spanish teacher to death for giving him a bad grade. He's now 18 years old, and they said, the judge said, I think you're a good candidate for rehabilitation. He's going to have to wait a long time before he gets his eyes on any of that. And I said earlier, so let's pay this off, an update on, this was just such a terrible, terrible story, and I didn't play the video on purpose. There's a bunch of kids at this school in Las Vegas, and there was one kid who stepped up for his friend. That's his story. He said he was like stepping up for his friend, and he's getting beat by like a dozen kids afterwards. They're pummeling him. They're hitting him, and they're kicking him, and they're doing all this stuff. And we got to get this to change as a society. I saw yesterday a video. And these people were doing a street takeover. Maybe you guys saw this, maybe you didn't. And they're doing a street takeover, and they start doing big donuts out in the street. And all the traffic is all caught up. And so one guy gets upset that the traffic is stopped, and he gets out of his car, and he goes and he yells at the people who are doing donuts and doing the street takeover. The car stops. Some guy gets out and comes running after the person who dared to complain about this delay. And the person who was in the car doing the donuts who got out starts pummeling this man who is the complainer. And he's kicking him in the face, and he's hitting him. And he's like, no holding back. Like, he's full on kicking this guy's face into the sidewalk and trying to do as much harm as possible. And he went to walk away for a second. Then he just goes back, and he's doing it again. It's like, you are going to, when you kill somebody in a fight, you have murdered them. People don't seem to comprehend that or care about that. And if you kill somebody in a fight, you have murdered that person, and the rest of your life is going to be gone. And now we have an update because they say a group of teenagers in Las Vegas are facing murder charges in the deadly beating of a high school student. The victim is 17 years old. The 8 suspects charged with murder are between 13 and 17 years old.
My gosh.
Imagine being 13 and the rest of your life is ruined because
it's not even considered. Not even considered, man.
Yeah, how does that not go through your mind? I mean, everything when I was growing up, if somebody said, let's do something bad, like, let's steal this or let's do this, everything through my head was like, what's the punishment for this going to be? I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to mess up my life. The idea that you're not thinking about that and you just endlessly attack somebody, looking at them that they're helpless and that they've done real damage or you've done real damage to them in this fight that you're in, and you just keep going. Las Vegas Police Lieutenant Jason Johansson said all the people involved were students of Rancho High School. The police lieutenant described video of the attack as, and this is a good quote, I think, void of humanity, and said there was no evidence the incident could be considered a hate crime. This is because most of the students were black and the kid who got attacked was white. In the attack, which was captured on video, Lewis died while reportedly attempting to protect a fellow student from bullies In the video, a group of about a dozen teens allegedly assaulted Lewis after he intervened to defend a smaller child who had been robbed and thrown into the trash can by the gang. Good kids we got out there. This is what we have on some of these campuses. And why? Trace everyone back to a parentless home or a single family or a single parent household where somebody who's not paying attention to these children, somebody who's not properly raising these kids. And this doesn't take all the blame off the kids. It just puts more blame on the parents. This is a major societal problem that needs to be addressed at some point in time. And it's a difficult one to fix, but here we are anyway. And people are doing this stuff to each other. That's just really a letdown, the whole damn story. Okay, we're going to go over to you. We're going to work in just a couple of dispatches before we figure out what's happening on the next episode. Here goes nothing. More people talking about roller coasters. We got a bunch of roller coaster fans out there. Here's Anjawa.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Falcon's Fury or something like it is at Busch Gardens. And it was the roller coaster where Fabio opened it up with a bunch of, like, Greek models that rode with him.
When he got hit?
And he ended up getting the bird smashing into his face. And then, like, all the women with their white togas, like, had blood all over them. It
was hilarious.
A crazy picture to see after the ride. But I'm guessing that might be why they need the windshield. I can't imagine what would happen if something, a bug or whatever, hit you at that speed. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
It'd just explode into you if you didn't have a windshield in front of you. You've got to have it if a roller coaster you're on is going 156 miles per hour. That's just dangerous levels of speed. What happened to Fabio? Is he still alive? Fabio?
Yeah.
You just never hear anything about him anymore.
64.
Oh, my God. I guess he's just retired or something. After being on the cover of 8 billion romance novels, he packed it up and said, let's get out of here. Here's Dispatch Dan. He says, good job, C-Lane.
Hey, guys, two things. First, roller coaster sounds cool. I would try it. But I don't know that they're going to have a fat seat in Saudi Arabia.
Maybe not.
I just, for whatever reason, I don't think they're as, inclusive as the United States. So, yeah, I would love to, but I have what doctors call a little bit of a weight problem.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, C-Lane, kudos, congratulations. You've solved the puzzle.
Also
Our
having a weight
backwards is Sandra. You figured that out in like 5 minutes. But in 10 years, it took you 8 of those years to figure out that I was like a real-life 911 dispatcher and not just some nickname on the app.
Even though his name's Dispatch
Come on,
Dan.
man.
It was right there in front of you the whole time.
It was less than 8 years, but I did not know that for the longest time.
When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Put his wife's name in your mouth and get slapped. Put her husband in your mouth and you'll get sued. An update on the Smiths. Tommy Lee is shooketh over the price of cigarettes down under, but he's in for a crude awakening when he sees how much a pack of American Spirits are going for. Plus, get ready, you sexy babies. Karma is headed to the high seas. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 weather impact day as heavy rain will continue throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours tonight. We could be seeing the potential for localized flooding as well as gusty winds. Gusts along our east coast upwards of 40, potentially even 50 miles per hour. Now we are going to be seeing drying skies by this weekend, which is great news. So remember to depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team.
This report is sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC's $5 Famous Bowl. Gift yourself something extra tasty this holiday season. Packed with creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, cheese, and gravy, all for just $5. It's finger-licking good. Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Selling your car doesn't have to be difficult. This is easy. Do you want the most money for your vehicle? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? That's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
First, we tried a cheaper grocery store, but we still couldn't buy enough food. I keep smiling because I don't want my parents to feel bad. They work so hard, and I know how much they love me. But people like you give us hope. This holiday season, every $10 you donate to Second Harvest Food Bank helps provide 40 meals. Thanks to you, we can enjoy a big meal together as a family. Give today at feedhopenow.org.
Attention business owners, this is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-3122. 800-200-3122. That's 800-200-3122.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Wherever you are in life, Rasmussen University offers the flexibility and support you need to earn your associate's, bachelor's, or master's degree on campus or online nationally at any time. Start now at rasmussen.edu.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco-Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
John Mellencamp is going to ROCK in 2024. And if you listen here with the free iHeartRadio app, you and a guest could be on your way to see him with VIP access to one of America's iconic rockers. We'll get you to a Mellencamp tour stop and put you up for 2 nights with front row seats, a backstage pass to meet John, and you'll walk away with a signed art book and a nice bag of treats. For a chance to win this iHeartRadio once-in-a-lifetime experience, listen to this station on the free iHeartRadio app.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Don't forget, if you miss any of the show, we have a podcast that you could subscribe to for $0.00. It's over at thenewsjunkie.com, and you can subscribe on iHeartRadio or anywhere else where you get your podcasts. Thanks to everybody who's podcasted along with us right now. We appreciate you. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already.
Mom spaghetti.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with some...
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you got a sweater with or without your mom's spaghetti vomit on it and you want to just put it in a brand new home, then get the process started of getting your brand new home with That Mortgage Guy Don. Or perhaps you're in your dream home already. How about refinancing that bad boy? All that can be with a man you could trust who has your best interest in mind by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 22 years ago, 2001, the very first one of these hit theaters.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter is right. 2 points for the title of the first Harry Potter.
Oh, my God.
Because there's been so many.
Harry
Freshman
Potter.
year.
No, very,
Harry
very close.
Potter and the
It is somebody.
The Sorcerer's
Yes.
Stone.
That is right. I'll split
Damn
the point. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, released in the U.S. and the U.K. 22 years ago. God, I feel old.
Man.
But this has nothing to do with Harry Potter, even though...
Wait, was this the book or the movie?
This was the movie.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, the movie. This was the movie. And I don't know if this is ever going to be a movie, but I would watch it if it was. It is raining. It is pouring on this man right here.
Will Smith.
That's right. And Will Smith just can't seem to keep himself dry. The latest being a gay rumor about him. Now, I could have sworn there was one in the past.
Was there?
But now we have a guy who's supposedly a former friend and employee that claims he once caught Will having sex with another dude in a dressing room on the set of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, he said it on like a podcast or something. So this isn't just like whispers behind the scene. He actually said this into a microphone.
There were some guys that were up to no good, but then there were some guys that were up to banging Will Smith. The guy's name is Brother Bilal.
Mm-hmm.
Am I hopefully saying that right?
I don't know him.
He supposedly walked in and Will was getting jiggy with it. A guy by the name of Dwayne Martin. Now, Will was on the receiving end.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting jiggied. And Bilal said there was a couch and Will was bent over and Dwayne was standing up. And I quote, killing him, murdering him. It was murder in there.
My God.
Doesn't sound hot at all. Will's rep already denying it, saying the story is completely fabricated and the claim is unequivocally false. Meanwhile, Jada Pinkett had just 2 words that is now going viral for a paparazzo that caught up with her while she was on the phone leaving some place.
Like, so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We suing. I know that's right. Thank you, Miss Pinkett.
We
suing.
There's been no word from Dwayne Martin, the murderer of Will Smith's BA.
Is he famous, the other guy, or is
I
just
didn't
some
recognize
friend?
him.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name either. But that's a big claim to put out there. If you openly and publicly put a claim like that out there about somebody, 1,000% you could sue them.
It said actor Dwayne Martin.
At this point, though, like, isn't there an argument on the other side where it's like, why is it so bad to be gay?
Well, it's just
Blah,
a
blah, blah.
lie. If it's a lie about you and somebody's trying to defame you by putting this information out there and the other details around it, like, he's killing him and et cetera, it seems pretty actionable to me.
Yeah. Speaking of action, this gal right here just got some action court-style restraining order, to be exact.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish is right, and this is not her first, I don't even think her second or third stalker situation. I specifically remember talking about one earlier this year, but she is now scared for her family's safety after one man allegedly leveled a series of threats and now asking for the court to help her out. And as of yesterday afternoon, they have granted the restraining order against Christopher McIntyre. He's been sending not one, not two, but hundreds of messages to her and her family since September, including disturbing professions of love and violent threats against her brother Phineas.
Man, that's such a weird, scary thing that comes along with being that famous. There's enough crazy people out there. One of them's going to get attached to you, and then it's scary. You have no idea what they're going to do.
Some of the messages include, "I'm hunting your brother and his friends," a voicemail in which he says he professed his love for her and threatened to kill her brother and Elon Musk, unrelated.
How is he sending her a voicemail? He actually got a hold of her phone number?
I guess so. I mean, I didn't think it was that easy. He also allegedly wrote, "I'm sorry for what's going to happen to your brother, dude. I tried. You know what I'm saying? I really did try." Billy claims he previously stalked her outside her home and near her family's home and worries if he's not restrained, he will continue his pattern of harassment against all of us. Now, they granted the restraining order, but based on the hundreds of text messages, let's hope that he listens to it.
Yeah, well, hold on. How has he not committed a crime already? Because
by threatening her life?
Yeah, I mean, if he's saying he's outright saying he's going to kill her brother, essentially, and that would be a threat. I'm surprised that they're not getting him on that.
Put it on the Mo list.
Isn't it so weird that, look, I'm a huge free speech proponent, but when it comes to threats and stuff, we have this weird zone in America where you can go, I'm going to unalive you, or I'm going to murder you in a video game. Like, you could say things where you're telling a person that you're going to kill them, threatening their life.
Yeah.
But then you're just in that little gray area where you go, I can't do nothing about it.
It's art.
Uh-huh.
Well, you are going to die of laughter, so much so that he gets an award for it. Kevin Hart will be the 25th recipient of the Mark Twain Prize of American Humor. You did it. He'll be awarded during a ceremony at the Kennedy Center in D.C. on March 24th. He says, "I've been doing comedy since the inception of this award 25 years ago. To be honored in this commemorative year feels surreal. Comedy is my outlet for social commentary and observations on life. Grateful to the Kennedy Center for recognizing my voice and impact on culture." Past recipients include Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Steve Martin, Whoopi Goldberg, Jon Stewart, and the inaugural winner for 2 points.
Oh, man. Jerry Seinfeld?
No.
Who was the fat guy that died?
No, not him.
Okay.
This guy was not fat.
Is he alive?
He is dead.
George Carlin.
Richard Pryor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if you get paid for the award of comedy, but you do get paid if...
Well, Richard Pryor didn't.
What was that?
So Richard Pryor didn't.
He didn't get paid for the what?
For the award.
Of comedy. That was just my segue into...
All right, guys. Got a little weird there.
Yeah. How about this?
Danielle Bergoli.
Bad Baby. Cash Me Outside. How about that? Well, you can catch her latest reveal of how much money she's making, and
This is insane to me.
I saw it, I think while I had just gotten back from Ireland. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
How much money. I don't know if you want to pull up the picture for those watching on the stream, but the screenshot she posted to her Instagram stories, she displayed her earnings for each month in 2021. She claimed in the past that she had earned $50 million on OnlyFans. She also had claimed she earned $1 million in her first 6 hours on the site, and now she has the receipts to prove it.
How do I spell her name?
Danielle, and then Bregoli.
Okay. I'll see if I can find it. I'll bring it up.
She said in April 2021, she received, just in April, $18 million.
Jesus Christ.
It's wild. She earned another 6.8 in May, 4.6 in June, 3.1 in July, and then unfortunately down to $800,000 in November.
Oh, tough November.
Oh, yeah. In 8 months, she made $38 million. To think that it was 7 years ago, she was on Dr. Phil as a troubled child.
And I'm pretty sure...
$38 million.
Go ahead, Sean.
Has anybody ever made so much out of so little? Like, she just went on there and said, catch me outside, how about that? And then turned it around into, she's richer than half of Hollywood, right? And I don't even think she gets naked on her OnlyFans.
She doesn't.
I think it's just like kind of sexy photos of hers. Oh, here it is right here. I finally found it.
Her
It's
OnlyFans?
each month. Yeah, no, not her OnlyFans, but the screenshot. $18 million in April. That's so wild to me.
Insane to me. But like, also, what are the demos for that much money? Do you think it's like a bunch of dudes paying a lot of money, or there's that many people across the world of all different ages and sizes? And
I think it's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people. And with her, they were doing the whole Olsen twins thing. We're like, oh yeah, she's 18 now.
I'll never forget that concert. That it was like a bunch of parents sitting on the side watching their kids enjoy it, and then like random old dudes.
Hey,
Right
you
there
want
in
to
the
see
front.
the new version of that? It's so creepy. Look at that girl Lil Tay in the comments of her stuff.
Ew, the one who faked her death?
Yeah, she faked her death, and then she relaunched her career in like had a music video, and she's like scantily clad in the music video, and all these guys are
old is
posting
she?
stuff. She's like 14 or something.
Ew,
and
dude.
they're like, damn girl, looking hot. Look at a bunch of fire emojis.
Oh,
and you're
that
like,
makes me so uncomfortable.
dude, she's 14, man. Dial it back.
Yeah. And get yourself on a cruise, baby. All aboard. That's for trains, isn't it?
No, it's cruising. Yeah, it sounds like a cruise horn.
Ahoy! Because
Where
if
are we
you
cruising to?
If you still haven't, I don't even know where, but it all has to do with, this is crazy, Taylor Swift. If you
Adds
didn't go to the Eras tour, if you didn't see the movie, if you didn't buy the many different versions of Midnights and 1989 Taylor's version, maybe all the Kansas City Chief games, then you got another opportunity to inundate yourself with Taylor Swift. Royal Caribbean now has a Taylor Swift cruise setting sail next October, leaves for Miami one day after Taylor finishes her 3-night run of shows in the city. So that means for sure she's going to be on the boat, you guys.
Yeah, what is this?
No, she's not.
This doesn't sound
There's
official.
no way in hell. No, it apparently is. It's In My Cruise Era. That's what it's called.
All right, so you go on a Taylor Swift cruise. She's not there. Everybody just
Jay,
listens.
I lied. I lied so bad just now. It is not endorsed by or affiliated with Taylor.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't understand how that's allowed. So they have like these Taylor Swift nights, and they play all of her music. They promote it as such, and the people that host it make a bunch of money. Royal Caribbean, a massive corporation, is now
leeching
doing
off of that. If I couldn't do like a Royal Caribbean night and take their name and utilize it to try to bring some people, they would sue me for doing that.
I guess
That's
she's cool with
interesting.
it?
That maybe they signed off.
So the cruise is for all fans, so bring your besties, your moms, and your dads, your baby fans. If you need someone to room with, post on her page and ask. And you can enjoy everything, make new friends, and dress up in your favorite Taylor Swift eras. Maybe even bring your boyfriend that plays for the NFL. Okay. And finally,
I'll bring him.
Geez, which one shall I end with? Because all of them just have so much detail. I'll leave you with this. Price of cigarettes. Am I right, you guys?
Pretty expensive out there.
I did end up getting one pack of cigarettes in Ireland. They ended up being $17 USD.
Oh, I think I saw your picture of the cigarettes.
Oh my God,
gosh.
They're my favorite. They're so dramatic.
It's so aggressive, isn't it?
Even if I found like a pack on the street, I took a picture of it because they're just like, it's almost like a game to see all the different. I never saw any like really nasty ones. It was kind of just like Getty images of some guy in bed.
Yeah,
or a
but
baby who's
they're-
disappointed at his dad's funeral.
They're jet black, and it's got all the warning text all over it. It's intense.
But it's nothing compared to the price of cigarettes that were once owned and belonged to this guy right here, the main singer.
Oh, Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain is right. And they are saying that these cigarettes are part of the latest Julian's auctions, the American Spirit regular menthol cigarettes that belong to Cobain are hitting the auction block November 17th and 18th, dubbed Played, Worn, and Torn Rock and Roll Iconic Guitars and Memorabilia. Now, they set an estimate. They already have a starting bid of $200. How much do you think that the pack of cigarettes, unopened, could sell for?
2,000?
2,000 is a good guess.
$3.
$2,000. High bid of $2,000. But
yeah.
Sean, congratulations. Is that what you want for
I promise I didn't
Christmas?
cheat. No, I don't want that. It's cool, but I would have wanted the thing that everybody wanted, the guitar that Kurt Cobain played for Nirvana Unplugged.
Yeah, but
It's
doesn't
an
that belong?
unopened pack of cigarettes?
Yeah, unopened, and according to the official statement here, that it was bought days before he took his own life. So I don't know if that was found like in his pocket. You'd think he'd have one more cigarette before he killed himself, but
It's just not really attached to him enough. It's like, this is just a box of cigarettes that he owned.
I also had no idea that American Spirits have been around that long. But
Are American Spirits cheap or more expensive?
more expensive. All
They
natural.
are. Okay. All right.
And don't ever pack them. Because
Okay.
it'll be impossible for you to smoke. And that's a little bit of cigarette advice from yours truly. On the
All right.
boob tube, we've got football, baby. The Ravens and the Bengals. The Golden Bachelor, baby. It's tonight we find out if he who he gives the rose to.
I think we're at the end here. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Diddy is guesting on the Graham Norton Show. Series premiere of Drive with Swizz Beats on Hulu. And you can do whatever you want to yourself, as Jason Momoa will be on Jimmy Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
They are. Thank you, Sabrina. Should have
Do
said
whatever
that
you
first.
want to yourself.
Yeah, she, her. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Appreciate it. When we come back, we're going to talk about that guy who tried to get in a fight with the union boss during that hearing on Capitol
you sit
Hill.
your butt down. You get
He's
your
like,
butt up.
You stand up. No, you get up. No, you go. And they're yelling back and forth at each other. There's an update
You
on
guys
him.
are senators.
So there's an unexpected update, I think, too. We'll get into that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's a Real Radio sports special this Sunday when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to San Francisco to face the 49ers. Coverage starts at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your Thursday is a safe and great one behind the wheel on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like a delay still westbound on the I-4 express lanes that's approaching the direct exit towards the Turnpike. Also, of course, your usual delay on I-4 that's eastbound approaching World Drive and between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. Right now, thankfully, westbound lanes, especially near Maitland, are open again and no issues reported on the actual Turnpike itself or the Greenway. Our Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Right now, all your crafted to crave favorites are only $3 for a 16-ounce and $4 for a 24-ounce. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
One of the best gifts a kid can get is a new bike. And Real Radio has your chance to make that dream come true for kids in our community. Join Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys, and the Monsters in the Morning as they broadcast live from Exploria Stadium for our annual bike drive. Our goal is 104 bikes of all sizes, so bring a brand new bike, and a new bike helmet wouldn't be a bad thing. Wednesday, November 29th between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. to Exploria Stadium and help us help the kids. Get your new bike today and join us Wednesday, November 29th at Exploria Stadium. Get the details at realradio.fm/bike. Thanks to Orlando City Soccer Club, the Orlando City Foundation, and JustCallMo.com.
Extreme, Thicker Than Blood Tour. Presented by Hard Rock Live. Friday, March 8th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster. Don't miss Extreme with Living Color.
If you're into sports, you have to check out Primrose Lanes for game days. Amazing food, great drinks, and even better viewing options. Eat, drink, and watch in style. Visit us at primroselanes.com.
At Target, your favorites are our favorites. And when you can save on your favorites too, yes please. This week only, get 20% off select breakfast essentials. That's 20% off all bagged and K-Cup coffee. Talk about essential. From brands like Good & Gather, Starbucks, and more. 20% off all cereal, like Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, the list goes on. And 20% off Tropicana and Simply Orange Juice too. But these deals end Saturday, so it's time for a Target run. Restrictions apply.
The world's got you feeling glazed over. Sprinkle some love all around. Just climb your way up out of that hole, and you'll be the taste of the town. the one thing that everyone's loving. And as it happens, they come by the dozen. Everybody loves a donut. Order a dozen from Dunkin'.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Donnell Rawlings, November 17th and 18th.
Just waiting for them to come in with them lemon Lulu yoga pants.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and waitstaff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state. It's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Entertaining in your backyard this holiday season is easy with help from Tools Ace Hardware. Get a brand new Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, or Napoleon grill and cook your favorite holiday dishes outdoors. You could also get a Pollywood outdoor dining set or Adirondack chairs for hosting your next gathering. Plus, Tools Ace has fire pits, firewood, patio heaters, and propane to keep everyone warm if the temperature drops. Get it all assembled and delivered to your home for free when you spend $3.99 or more on grills or patio furniture. Visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. Tools Ace, the backyard place.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Always night pads are designed for a perfect night's sleep. So you can do your bear hugging a pillow thing, your free falling starfish thing, your burritoed in a blanket with the AC blasting thing. While Always night pads with rapid dry do there, we've got your back with fast absorbency and up to 10 hours of protection thing. So while your period's doing its own thing, Always lets you do your sleep thing. Shop for Always in-store or online, wherever you get your pads.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and one unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Zumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverages artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
Simply Safe was named the best home security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors and HD cameras are powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for fast emergency response. Visit simplysafe.com/radio to get 50% off any new system today. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassie's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassie's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassie's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's wassiesmeatmarket.com.
Huge Black Friday savings all month long. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is
We're going to get some more of your dispatches in just a moment. We had this moment the other day on this show where we played a clip from Congress, and these people are elected officials. They're like grown-ups. They're senators. You would think that they would be professional, but no, not the case. They had been going back and forth, a senator and then the head of the Teamsters Union. And I guess they've been like fighting on Twitter. You know, I know where you are. I'm going to come get you. And then they started fighting in Congress. And you step up. No, you get up. You know, you punch me first. Back and forth they go. Now the guy is responding to it. And I think one of the things he said in his response, defending his actions, was really weird. But first, here's the back and forth, if you missed it. Let's see.
You want to run your mouth? We can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
So embarrassing.
You stand your butt up.
He starts with, we can be two consenting adults that fight in the middle of a session.
Yeah, on Capitol Hill, right? And I like how you said butt. You know, everything else they were doing, they were just throwing it out the window.
When you say butt, you kind of lose whatever aggressive
You got your
edge.
tushy up right now.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Like, I told you guys about the time that my friend was like crossing the street when he wasn't supposed to be, and he like mouthed off to a police officer, and the police officer was like, "You come back here, smart butt." You're like, oh, dude. Once you said smart ass would have been fine, but once you said butt, you're losing. Like I'm thinking less of your authority.
Yeah, it's not intimidating. Yeah, it loses all the intimidation factor when you mix it in there. And so now he goes on CNN, and they're like, "Are you defending your actions here?" And of course he is. And one of the things he said I thought was weird, but here he is.
Sit down. Sit down.
That's Bernie Sanders.
You're a United States Senator.
Sit down.
Okay. Sit down, please.
Like Pop-Pop has to come and say something about it.
Come on, boys.
A hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies. And that's
Now he's going at it with Bernie.
Hold it.
How embarrassing, man.
So
There he
just
is.
to give some context, that was the head of the Teamsters, Sean O'Brien.
Yeah,
and
those weren't teenage
before
boys.
This moment,
No.
tensions were
These are
already
elected
bubbling
officials
over.
and
Most
professionals.
recently, before coming, the head of the Teamsters said in a tweet, "You know where to find me. This is to you. Any place, any time. Cowboy."
Right.
Having said all that,
Cowboy. The message from the Teamsters guy who was trying to fight with, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. In reality, just a clown and fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act. You know where to find me. Anytime, any place, cowboy, he said. And they're making fun of each other, taking shots at each other, blah, 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 back and forth. So
Now
he
Dana
defends it.
White's like, I'm going to set this up.
I really don't. What happens all the time is you got these keyboard warriors that trying to go out there and run their mouth all the time, and then they don't ever have to face the consequences. And people tell me all the time, you know, this incumbent of a United States Senator, and I remind people, I'm a guy from Oklahoma first, and there's consequences for doing some of this. I get there's people on social media that'll do this constantly. I'll never see them. This guy, I did. And this wasn't his first time. He did this to me 5 separate times. I ignored it every time. And then the last time when he said, you know where to find me, anytime, anywhere, cowboy.
You figured the
thought,
Capitol.
You know, maybe this could be a good thing. Maybe we could do this for charity. If he really wants
Oh, my God, they're really doing it.
Jesus, man, I was just joking.
He's really talking about, we'll do this for charity. We'll fight each other. Anytime, any place. How about right now, cowboy?
And he's like, what? He starts off, he's like, you know, first and foremost, I'm from Oklahoma. So I'm talking to the people that voted me in, like, you know, we don't back down
We're tough.
from fights, right?
Yeah, because everybody thinks Oklahoma when they think tough guy.
I like one of the lines he said.
Probably shouldn't say that. I'm going to have this guy sliding in my DMs like, come on, get your butt up.
4 more times.
Senator Markwayne Mullin is his name. And in the interview with CNN, he goes on to say, I thought, I'm going to break my hand on this guy's face. And when I read that, I was like, that's also very bad smack talk. Like, why don't you just say, I'm going to punch the guy in the face as hard as I can? You're saying I'm going to break my hand on the guy's face? Like, your hand is fragile and you're going to hurt yourself while trying to hit this guy?
That typically is what happens. People don't talk about that enough, is that when you really hit someone hard, you break your hand.
I've never
been
broken
punching
my
in
hand.
the face, Sabrina.
But none of your business. How about that? All right? Unless you want to sit your butt up, and I'll sit my butt up, and then we'll do some fisticuffs.
Here's the thing. If you break your hand while punching somebody, you're punching them wrong. You're an amateur, and you punch the person wrong.
Boxer Sean coming in.
That's right. Yeah. If you know how to punch somebody, you're not going to break your fist on them. And this guy's a weirdo, man. And he's got to get better at smack talk. This is like Vivek Ramaswamy or whatever his name is.
No, Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley, too.
Keep my daughter out of your voice.
You got to have better smack talk than that. Let people remember what you've said to them. And these insults are just not fantastic. Okay, let's go over to you. Let's see what's going on in your world. And we also have an update on Panda, the Great Panda War of 2023 momentarily.
Panda Watch.
Panda Watch continues. And here's Arturito. He's talking about the storm last night.
Hello, guys. Hey, greetings from South Florida. Oh, man, I hope that that storm didn't take you by surprise like it did to us. So many inches. We weren't prepared for that. But, well, we took it like real Floridians over here. Hell, I even have some little leakage from my roof. And, well... But it's not the first time we take such a pounding with, with winds and water. And I think we should be fine. Well, that's all I had to say. We'll wake up. Ah!
There he goes. Thank you. Yeah, I know folks down on our affiliate in West Palm and on the Treasure Coast, but most notably 92.1, Real Radio 92.1 in West Palm got hammered by this thing.
Probably a lot of new leakage there.
Oh, yeah, lots of all over the place. And people did have damage. I saw folks driving down the street videotaping, and there was trees down and a bunch of houses that were kind of messed up. And so it was pretty bad for those folks. Let's see who else we got. The Big Show says, really, Sean? I don't know what he's reallying me for, but let's see.
News Junkies, your boy Big Show here. Hey. Are you guys serious? You don't know who Dwayne Martin is?
No.
I mean, he's most famous for Above the Rim.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys ever seen it.
No.
But that's also Tisha Campbell from Martin. That's her ex-husband.
Oh,
so
we just talked about it.
Yeah. Really, guys? Sean, I'm very, 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 very disappointed.
Okay, Big Show.
The others,
calm it down.
They're not as old as us. But Jesus, Sean.
I watched Martin. I don't know this person's name. I'd never heard of them before.
You know Tisha Campbell. I wouldn't have known that they were married. And we just talked about her because she went through her dead dad stuff and found all his porn.
This story was the first I had heard of this guy and his name. And I don't even know what podcast he was on. But he did blatantly say that he walked in on Will Smith having sex with another man.
No, this was the other man. Dwayne Martin was the alleged other man. The person.
Okay. This is not the person who said this stuff on the podcast. This is the person who was alleged to have been having sex with Will Smith.
The person who said this stuff on the podcast was Will Smith's assistant or something like that. And they're saying they walked in and Will Smith and Dwayne Martin were banging. Now,
it's just like, why now?
Big Show. I'm sure you're a huge Dwayne Martin fan, but he's not that popular.
What else was he in? Anything else I know?
Above the Rim was 1994. He was in Down Periscope, which I thought was really funny. He was in Scream 2. I mean, if you look at him, he looks a little familiar, but he doesn't have a whole lot of major roles.
Yeah.
He was in White Men Can't Jump.
Sorry to disappoint you.
His role is elsewhere.
I didn't mean
Murder
to
and
let you
butts.
down. What was that?
Murder and butts.
All right. Here's TX with the dispatch for us. This says helping C-Lane out.
Yo. Hey, C-Lane, I help you out. Hopefully this Sean is nice and let the dispatch go through. You know how he gets in his feelings sometimes.
I got you.
But yeah, the guy that, about the Will Smith guy, the actor, you definitely know his face from playing movies, but the name, I was like, what? Because I had to look at his hashtag, and I'm like, oh, I do know this guy. But name-wise, I was like, I don't know this guy either. But
right.
Just wanted to get that in there for you, C-Lane, because I see they were kind of bucking you on the time.
But we're in agreement. We're in agreement here because we're both saying, hey, don't know this guy's name, but his face is recognizable. I've seen him and stuff. I've seen Scream 2, right? I know that. I just didn't know it just by the name itself. That happens sometimes. Panda Watch 2023, the Great Panda War is on, and it looks like we've got some movement here, and this is good.
The big meeting was with Biden?
It actually was one of the things they talked about.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm serious. It says Chinese President Xi Jinping signaled that China will send new pandas to the United States. He's calling them envoys of friendship between the Chinese and American peoples. So this was after they were pulling out the pandas from all these zoos. Now the president of China, Xi Jinping, is saying, we are ready to continue our cooperation with the United States on panda conservation and do our best to meet the wishes of Californians so as to deepen the friendly ties between our two peoples. It was a really positive back and forth.
You know why? It was because Newsom
cleaned up the streets.
Cleaned up the streets, man.
Right.
They came over. They're like, look how clean this is. You guys can have the pandas for a little bit longer.
Although I saw that afterwards, after Biden met with Xi Jinping, he then called him a dictator, which is not great for ties between the two countries.
What are you doing?
And I saw Blinken, who's in the president's cabinet, responded. He's just like, oh, yeah. You could see him like cringing as the president's saying this. And then they had, isn't this wild? It's so weird to me that they do stuff like this. So when the president of China comes to the United States of America, he's coming into San Francisco, I believe is where they were at. He goes in his big procession of vehicles to this event. There's cars everywhere. There's security everywhere. And there's little Chinese flags on the side of the road lining the entire route. And there's all these people out there, and they've got Chinese flags in their hands, and they've got signs with the Chinese flag. And like, yeah, they're rooting the Chinese president on. All of those people, or at least the majority of them, I guess, were paid $200 to be there by the Chinese consulate. Like, they just go find people. And they're like, you look Chinese. Here's $200. Get out there, and you got to make this guy feel welcome, like you're rooting him on as he's arriving here in San Francisco. But that's something that they do each time a world leader shows up in the United States from a country like China. I wonder if we do that elsewhere. If we're like, if our president is overseas and we're like, let's get some fake supporters out here, make Biden feel happy that somebody's waving along the side of the road to him. But they said, yeah, we're doing good. Things are icing out, chilling out a little bit in the Great Panda War. And the Chinese representatives have come to the table and said that they're willing to give us some more pandas. So this is a good thing for us to be seeing here, and we'll see what happens next. Here is Sky Rave, and she's talking on her dispatch about Snoop Dogg.
Hey, y'all. I bet that Snoop post is a promotion for like some weed vapor or something like that.
It could be. I saw he tweeted it out too. So it's like he's trying to put this thing out there. Snoop Dogg saying that he's done smoking. What did he say? I quit smoke or something?
Yeah.
I forgot the exact words.
And also, please, respect his family during this time.
Right, during these trying times. Gotta give
it would be the biggest breakup of Snoop's life.
Yeah, that's kind of been one of his things. When he was Snoop Lion, did he stop smoking weed or no?
Why would you stop smoking weed when you became a reggae singer?
Lions don't smoke weed typically. Come on.
That was when he was Rastafarian, but I thought there was a point where Snoop Dogg said he was smoking weed before, but maybe I'm wrong. Certainly he's doing that now, but a lot of people are going to need to be convinced on this and that he's not just screwing around with folks. There is a story that I've got to tell you, but I want to warn you ahead of time. A little gross, all right? I'm just telling you that. From me to you. A little gross. It's about a guy named Charlie Curtis. Have you guys heard about Charlie Curtis or no?
Already grossed out.
All right. It's going to get a lot worse, just so you know. They said he's in his mid-30s and he lives in Toronto, Canada. And he's told his tale to filmmaker Saffron Cassidy in this documentary. The documentary is called Designer S-Word. And they said Curtis has struggled with severe Crohn's disease. He's battled this for a long time, since 2006. causes painful inflammation in one's digestive tract. There's no cure for this. But what one person came up with a long time ago, and that has now become much more commonplace, is fecal transplants. And this guy is doing at-home fecal transplants from his mother.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Mom hands him over the goods, and then he takes mom's goods and transplants it into his side of things.
Okay.
And so he can grow the bacteria, and it makes him feel better, and it's helped him out. And there's a whole documentary coming out about this Charlie Curtis guy.
That's so gross.
That is the most disgusting process I've heard of in my life. No. Oh, no, thank you. We're going to take a quick break with that in mind, and you can join
What, are you
us on
supposed
the
to
show
think
here.
about it during the break?
Process it a little bit, okay, C-Lane? Just think about it, take it in.
Good.
I'm getting, what? What in the actual hell? Hey, this is life. This is what we talk about on the show.
That's life.
Give us your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Robert DeNiro freaks out in the courtroom. What was happening? What did he say or scream in this case? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again, what's that? Nobody's quit Facebook? Facebook.com/RealRadioOrlando. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your Thursday is a safe and great one behind the wheel on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like a delay still westbound on the I-4 express lanes that's approaching the direct exit towards the Turnpike. Also, of course, your usual delay on I-4 that's eastbound approaching World Drive and between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway. Right now, thankfully, westbound lanes, especially near Maitland, are open again and no issues reported on the actual Turnpike itself or the Greenway. Our Safe Touch Security traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black.
This report is sponsored by rockthecountry.com.
Mark your calendar and tell your boss to shove it. Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, and some of their friends are going to get loud, going to get rowdy, and they're going to do it in your hometown. Tickets to Rock the Country are on sale November 17th at 10 a.m. at rockthecountry.com.
Hey guys, if you're in law enforcement, maybe you're a firefighter, EMT, doctors, nurses, teachers, active duty military, and veterans, Nations Trucks has got your back if you're looking to upgrade your driving situation. They've got their Hometown Heroes program. And here's how it works. First of all, with approved credit, no payments for 90 days. That's already a thing. Plus, you can finance your next truck up to 75 months. You're going to get a lower 48-month interest rate. And you can check out their inventory right now. A lot of great trucks there. You just go to nationstrucks.com, look through their website, find out one you like, then go see them in person. In Sanford, 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Murray Boulevard. Tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you and start driving the truck that you deserve today.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023 Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream. Get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, including advanced Wi-Fi, and one unlimited mobile line free for 12 months. And when you add Spectrum TV, get a Zumo Stream Box free for 12 months. Spectrum One Stream. It's streaming simplified. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at 310 Lakeside in downtown Orlando Friday, November 17th from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner, and as always, let's start with a Stella.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
What is Life Imaging FLA? Hey, Russ Rollins here. Basically, they save lives with FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose radiation scanners. They can easily detect heart disease and cancer before a patient has any symptoms. My sister just found out she has stage 4 cancer. Everyone she talks to, she says, get a scan if you can. If you're fighting stage 1 cancer, that's much easier than fighting stage 4 cancer. And also, as far as heart attacks, did you know 30 to 40% of the heart attacks in America, the first symptom is sudden death. 1 out of 3 people will die from heart disease. So these are things that you really should get looked at, and Life Imaging FLA can help you with that now. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value. You can do it now by calling pound 250, pound 250. Say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. That's pound 250. Say the words free heart scan. You'll have an option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. I did this, and I know my heart is good, which is awesome news. Life Imaging FLA.
Tis the season of holiday gatherings. Light up everyone with a box of a dozen Dunkin' Donuts. From sprinkled and powdered to frosting galore, you'll have everyone's fave in one festive box, including yours. Save time and order ahead in the app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
This Friday and Saturday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all sweaters for the family. Grab this season's must-have sweaters, all for 50% off. But hurry, it's only this Friday and Saturday at Old Navy. Valid 11/17 and 18, excludes clearance.
When you've had enough true crime podcasts and want to get real,
they're in constant competition to make your kids like you better.
Check out The Monsters in the Morning. Voted one of the top 100 talk shows in America.
I'm Russ Rollins, host of the program, the producer, the angel of boom, Angel Vera, Mr. Motivation, Carlos Navarro, and the king of Denmark, Ryan Holmes.
Real topics, real guests.
You're in radio, schmuck. What'd you expect?
And 4 real friends doing whatever you want to call this. Nobody's doing talk radio like The Monsters in the Morning. Listen live or download the show on the free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests.
Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
Huge Black Friday savings all month long. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. CHECK. That's check. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Deep into the ins and outs.
Somebody on the chat said his mom never stops giving him S.
True. You know, when I think about that stuff, I am kind of amazed by how you can do that and it can help you out. And we're talking about fecal transplants. And somebody who screamed on chat, they were like, I'm eating over here. Well,
the American tradition.
Too bad. This is how it goes around here. It's interesting, but I can't get past how gross it is. I gotta stay far, far away from that. Hopefully, I never need anything like that, so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'm sorry. Can you explain again why people would need it?
I guess if you do that, so what happens is one person takes their stuff and put it in the other person, and it's supposed to grow healthy bacteria And the healthy bacteria in your system is what helps make you more regular and gets rid of the issues that this guy was having physically.
But you put it where it came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you out of his mom and then into him, and then that's what the
And it doesn't just make him want to...
And he still lives at home?
We shouldn't talk about this anymore.
You
I don't
brought
know.
it up, dude.
I
Two
know.
questions.
Do you think that there is a possibility that there's a way to do this that is not gross?
Not talking about it to the news.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't bring the cameras around me.
Like,
And,
for example, like we've talked a whole bunch of times over the years about the people who like have babies and then like they have their midwife or their doula or something prepare the placenta in such a way that the mother consumes it for nutrients and
That's
whatever
child's
kind of stuff.
play compared to what we just talked about.
Oh, yeah. I would eat 50 placentas before I did this once.
Yeah, but I'm saying you think of eating a placenta as like, out it comes and get your fork and knife. That's disgusting. Whereas they've made it into where like, okay, no, somebody's going to take it. They're going to dry it out on the dehydrator. They're going to grind it into powder. They're going to put it into pills. Now you're just taking pills. All right?
I don't think that's how it works. I think it's like a Play-Doh situation.
No, you can make it into pills and smoothies, and I mean, use it with a fork and knife. But like, you think about a placenta, and without the image in your head, it's like the baby lived in that.
Oh,
for
I have
9
an image
months.
in my head. Trust me.
But that's the beauty of parenting, C-Line. But you like a baby was lived in that, and then every single day you look at what this man is exchanging with his mother,
right?
Because you have to hopefully do that once a day. If, not twice, and then you're like, there's no way I would put that into powder form and take it as a pill with my antibiotics.
There's no way he's doing it in powder form. He's doing it at home. This is like a DIY situation.
So gross, dude.
So I think he's just squeezing it out and squeezing it in.
Okay,
and
that's what you're gonna do.
There you go. And he's like, thanks, Mom. And on their way.
Love
But
you,
as long
Mom.
as it makes them feel better, that's good. We just want people to feel good. Actor Robert De Niro is not feeling very good out there.
No.
He screamed in court this week. He was testifying in a New York courtroom on Tuesday, and he shouted, "Shame on you!" as he was testifying, directing the comments toward his former executive assistant.
Oh,
and
he should
vice
have done You
president,
Can't Handle the Truth.
who seeks millions of dollars after accusing her one-time boss of being abusive. That's what she said happened in their relationship.
Didn't he say something else, or he admitted to calling her something like a bitch?
I don't know.
as well?
Yeah, he did admit that he was rude with her, but he said basically like this is just part of the job.
Son of a bitch, that was the wrong actor.
Yeah,
it
I was
says-
wondering why he said that, but I thought it was quirky.
So they asked him about this, and they said jury awards, blah, 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 blah. McCurdy asked De Niro whether it was true that he sometimes urinated as he spoke with Miss Robinson on the telephone. He said, that's nonsense. You got us all here for this? McCurdy told De Niro he called Robinson a bitch to her face. He said, I was never abusive, ever, though he conceded he might have used the word in conversations with her. And the claim that he told Robinson he preferred that she scratch his back rather than using a back scratching device drew another angry rebuke from De Niro, who said it might have happened once or twice, but never was with disrespect or lewdness. And then finally looked toward Robinson and shouted, "Shame on you, Chase Robinson," directly at the person who was in the courtroom.
Chase Robinson.
Her name is Graham Chase Robinson. That is a very strange name for a female.
Those are parents who wanted a boy.
Graham Chase Robinson is her name, and she's really trying to go after him for $12 million for emotional distress and reputational harm.
What is that,
She
Bad
says-
Grandpa 2?
She says this has left her jobless and unable to recover from the trauma of working for Robert De Niro. She was getting paid pretty good as an assistant. She was making $300,000 a year when she quit. But
Imagine being on the phone while Robbie's pee-peeing.
Yeah, that's inappropriate. I would never do that. I would never be on the phone with anybody, even C-Lane, and pee on the phone. I think it's weird. I
FaceTime what C-Line was. He's used the toilet.
Well, I know. I've seen that happen before, too. Yeah.
And I'll see you in court, Christopher.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, so she's part of the complaint was that he just talked on the phone to her while he was urinating?
I feel like there's a lot more to it, but the juicy headline is making her look like she's being a little sensitive about it.
Those are the accusations in this story at the very least, and they're fighting this out in court, so there's probably a lot more to it.
Oh my gosh, I've talked to everybody on the phone while I pee.
I usually mute it so no one knows.
You don't think if you're on a work call and you start peeing, you don't think that's weird?
I would mute it if it were a work call.
Yeah, but like let's say Jack Bradshaw calls you and you're talking with him and you're like, hey, here's what's going on with the show, and then you just start peeing?
Yeah.
That's weird. I would never do that.
I think it would be different with a female involved.
Yeah, I think with just anybody. I'm not going to call up anybody and just start peeing while I'm on the phone with them. Unless even if I was on mute. I've never been on the phone with you guys as I've been in the bathroom. Those two things.
You've barely
do
been
not
on the
cross.
phone with us.
Yeah, true.
That's true. And I guess actually, if we count texting, I've texted you guys on the toilet.
I was going to say, have you ever texted us while you're on the?
Yeah, but texting while you're on the bathroom or on the toilet is not. Nobody knows what's going on. You can't see. I'm not going to send you a picture of me on the
when
toilet.
You accidentally open up the camera and then you're like, oh God.
Oh my God, I've
That's
done
what
that
I look
before.
like. Oh, it's horrible.
No, luckily when I did it one time, I opened up the camera facing down, so I just saw my shoes and I saw my pants around my ankle. No, it was down lower than that.
Chaos Imp on Twitch says Robert De Niro could pee on the phone for me for $300K a year. Yeah,
I'd take it too.
I mean, come on.
I'll scratch his back and everything. I won't use that back scratcher. I'll get my hands right in there for him.
Wow.
I can ask him all kinds of questions. I won't be bothered, but she apparently was not thrilled with this working arrangement, I guess. Meanwhile, in a story where I think there's probably more than what we're hearing so far, the kids are fighting at school about Israel and Palestine now. They said the family of a student in Newport Beach, California, is outraged after they claim he was suspended for saying "Free Palestine" to another student. Video posted to social media by one of the student's family members shows the 8th grader's mother asking if what her son said was worthy of being suspended for 3 days. A school official is heard in the video saying he could not comment on the matter due to not knowing the full story. The post indicated the boy had told a girl "Free Palestine," and she responded by calling him a terrorist. This is a middle school, or hold on, I'm trying to see which one it is because it says middle and high school. That's weird. They have a school where it's both middle school and high school together? I've not heard of that before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
That means they've all known each other forever.
It says paperwork signed by Jacob Haley, the principal of Corona Del Mar Middle and High School, shows that the school says the student made, quote, threatening remarks to a young lady in class. So this has now reached the classroom and kids are fighting about some very, very adult things. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got some juicy, juicy dispatches, and we've got jury duty with some folks who wanted to get a beautiful dinner, a delicious meal, but things did not go as planned. In fact, it was the worst outing of their life. What happened to them? It was an exciting, wild ride, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
It'll be week 11 of the NFL season kicking off tonight with the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Cincinnati Bengals for Thursday Night Football. The Lightning, they're in Chicago. They'll clash with the Blackhawks tonight. The Bolts have dropped 3 straight games, including back-to-back shutout losses. And former Rays ace Blake Snell became the 7th pitcher in MLB history to win a Cy Young in both leagues after he claimed the NL award last night. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
People think Florida is salty because most of our state is surrounded by salt water. But it's the other states that are salty. Why? Because we get to enjoy McDonald's breakfast bagels year-round. You see, most parts of the country aren't as lucky as us and can't wake up to a steak, egg, and cheese bagel with a tender, juicy steak patty and savory grilled onions. Or a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel with a sizzling hot pork sausage patty. Or a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with thick-cut applewood smoked bacon. Enjoy savory breakfast bagels only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's.
Calling all loyal McRib fans. Guess what? It's back at McDonald's, and it's fire with that tangy barbecue sauce and seasoned boneless pork. Right now, get 25% off when you spend $5 only when you order ahead in the McDonald's app. So pick up a tasty McRib combo meal with medium fries and an ice-cold Diet Dr. Pepper. It's back for a limited time, so don't you sleep on this deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 9/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's for a limited time. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Diet Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up, Inc.
You earned it. Get it early. With a Fairwinds checking account, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days in advance. No more waiting for payday. And we make it easy for you to send and receive money from friends and family. Open a checking account today at Fairwinds Credit Union and reach your financial goals. Fairwinds is federally insured by the NCUA.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Entertaining in your backyard this holiday season is easy with help from Tools Ace Hardware. Get a brand new Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, or Napoleon grill and cook your favorite holiday dishes outdoors. You could also get a Pollywood outdoor dining set or Adirondack chairs for hosting your next gathering. Plus, Tools Ace has fire pits, firewood, patio heaters, and propane to keep everyone warm if the temperature drops. Get it all assembled and delivered to your home for free when you spend $3.99 or more on grills or patio furniture. Visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. Tools Ace, the backyard place.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
What's gotten lost in a lot of news coverage is trust.
Dan Abrams and Elizabeth Vargas on America's fastest-growing cable news network, News Nation.
News Nation is the place that people can come because they trust that at the least we're trying to be straight with them.
Every point of view is represented. That's what we do. We only earn that trust, keep that trust by every single night fulfilling that mission.
To find News Nation on your screen, go to joinnn.com.
Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Right now, all your Crafted to Crave favorites are only $3 for a 16-ounce and $4 for a 24-ounce. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
On the show by sending one over at thenewsjunkie.com. And I want to be very careful about what I'm about to say here, okay? I want to make sure I'm just being as careful as I possibly can. Before I say this, I want to go on the record saying I think the Taliban is bad. All right? The Taliban are not nice people.
Oh, there's some good things about them that you think they've done?
Maybe. But first I have to clear the deck here. Taliban, bad guys, right? Terrorist people. They do vile stuff. They're really, really violent. They're terrible to women. They're all of these things. Yes, they harbored Osama bin Laden during 9/11. Even though Osama bin Laden's making a comeback over on TikTok, folks, he's really popularity spike right now.
Your algorithm truly is so bizarre.
No, look up Osama bin Laden today. There's a bunch of these people who found his letter to America, and they're like, wow, Osama bin Laden was, he made some really good points here. He's making a comeback. It's happening right now. But the Taliban, bad people, okay? Bad people. However, you got to hand it to them. Fashion-wise, they got some things going on I think you have to give them credit for. This is on the streets of Kabul in Afghanistan, and it seems that the Taliban soldiers have taken to using some new techniques. And here they are. Take a look at this. They're on rollerblades out there on the streets with AKs and rollerblades. Which, why didn't anybody else think of this before?
Yeah, mall cops have. It does not work.
They don't have the gun size that these folks got going on. They're spinning around. They're flying through the vehicles they have. They're using rollerblades. My God. I've never seen anything like this before in my life, but this is the streets of Afghanistan right now.
All right.
And this is what they got going on. I think for style points, I got to hand it to the Taliban. It's pretty cool looking.
When has anybody ever said that rollerblades were stylish?
Rollerblades are cool, aren't they? I thought they were made a comeback or something. You think rollerblades are for nerds?
I mean, I like them. I liked them when I did use them, but they were never like...
This is not quads. It's not shuffling. This is blading.
Yeah, blading is still cool, though. At least I thought it was. I thought people were bringing those things back.
I think death by someone on rollerblades is a little bit worse than someone on just foot.
I mean, rollerblades and
you're going to die either way.
And a rifle, that does sound like it's cooler than no rifle.
They were flying on those things. They were holding on to the military vehicle.
Yeah, Marty McFly style.
Yeah, and then they would fling off of the vehicle on their rollerblades and zoom down the road with their AKs.
Now, what would you say because I just said Marty McFly style, but Marty McFly did his on a skateboard.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
If they were on skateboards, Cooler?
It's not as good.
Not as good? No,
it's
it's
not
not
as
as
good.
rollerblades?
Wobble, one stick in the road.
Oh, you're done for. Yeah, skateboards actually aren't a good mode of transportation, I've found. They go slow. They're cool if you got like a ramp or something, but it's not as effective as that. Those guys were flying on those rollerblades. It was truly an impressive feat, but again, bad people in the Taliban. They're not great. They got some things about them that you really shouldn't look up to. All right, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. He will be the personable attorney that you deserve, the lawyer that is actually going to listen to you. Imagine that. You deserve that. You deserve for somebody to hear you out and take your story and fight back against those insurance companies. So if you're injured at work, or if you're injured in an automobile crash or any other way, maybe you slip and fall at work, make sure you reach out, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. I think we may have talked about this when it happened. See if this rings any bells for you guys, because it definitely rang some bells for me. Patrons of a Japanese steakhouse are now suing the place after they say they ate food containing methamphetamine. And this was at
the fire
Nikko
department.
Japanese Steakhouse and Sushi Bar. They said a couple of people went to this place and they felt terrible afterwards. On or about June 9th, 2023, after their visit to defendant Nico's restaurant, plaintiffs began to experience rising heart rate, increased sweating, rapid speech, racing thoughts, dizziness, nausea, excess energy, inability to sleep, vomiting, paranoia, fear, and or anxiety, the complaint says. They went to the emergency room, they got tested, and they said, ma'am, you are on meth right now. And it got into the food somehow. They said the investigation by the sheriff's office was closed due to a lack of evidence. Investigators were unable to determine whether anybody associated with the restaurant put the drugs in the food, and reports that an employee might have accidentally tainted the food could not be confirmed. So the cops couldn't find anything. Now they're taking to try to sue because they think there was meth in their food.
But just like straight up meth, does that simmer well?
I have no idea. But if you think about it this way, if you've got multiple people who didn't know each other, who went to the same restaurant, ate food and felt bad, and when they got tested, it tested positive for meth each time, it seems pretty obvious that the source of that would just have to be the restaurant. Otherwise, you go like, the restaurant wasn't involved, but these two random people ended up getting meth in their system somehow.
Now, they determined that it was like actually meth, like the drug that they used. Because sometimes you find these ingredients that could be, under a chemical test similar to the hardcore drug.
You're talking about like poppy seeds and opium?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this says, according to the complaint, they went to the emergency room where they were tested for intoxicants. At a press conference, Jordan Gray said she and her husband encountered the family seated at the table in the same restaurant. They were also sick. At the Santa Rosa Medical Center, they each tested positive for exposure to methamphetamine. So, like, straight up meth was in their system, and they're now suing this establishment. I don't know if they're going to be able to win because they don't have a lot of evidence. You just got to say, went here and got meth in my system.
What would happen, damn it, if that had happened to them and they had a job that did random drug testing and they lost their job?
Oh,
you got this news story to back you up.
Sure, it would have been even more of a case, I think, for them that there was damages. And they're going after, obviously, the restaurant. I don't know if they have an insurance policy or something that they're targeting.
Would insurance cover accidental drug?
Accidental meth? I've heard of people putting things in other people's food. Most notably, do you guys remember that gem of a story where it was a wedding and the bride purposely put drugs in everybody's food?
But like not even groom knew about it.
No.
It was like her and the main, chef caterer.
Yeah.
They're like, this will be hilarious.
Everybody's freaking out and everybody's high. And when the cop comes up and you see on body cam, the bride had the biggest smile on her face. Like she was having the time of her life because everybody ate the food and got high. I feel like I would notice it. You think you would or no? Like
I would notice it because you're familiar with it, but people have never smoked weed before or been that stoned before.
You guys are going to be more familiar with this than me. If I sat down at a table and Sabrina had just made a plate of food for me and had used the weed butter in it, like the THC butter in it, eating the food, would I pick up hey, something's not right here? Something tastes different to me.
Oh, it depends, man. Like, there's some butter that just tastes and smells ripe of marijuana. And then there's some where, if made right, you wouldn't know at all.
See, if you could hide it, man, that would freak me out. Because you just think, I just ate food. Nothing's wrong with me here.
Also, you got to think about concentration. Because if you take a gummy that has a certain amount of milligrams in it, and that's as much as you want for the next couple hours, just be a little high. Versus you take that same amount in milligrams and divide it into butter, and then you add sauce to the butter, and say you toss them in some wings. Now you got your weed wings, but that's a lot more food,
right,
than just this tiny gummy. So I think you're kind of diluting it, even though you're going to have the same probably amount of THC that you've consumed. It's just going to be, I don't think you're going to notice it as much.
Well, I don't know if they're going to be victorious, but they're trying. They're going for it. They said they were poisoned with meth in their food.
Seeking over $100,000 in damages.
Damn. I don't know if they're going to get it or not, but...
You know how much meth you can get with $100,000?
Ooh, I feel like you could buy a big chunk of meth for that much money. Isn't meth known to be cheaper?
I have no
maybe
idea.
We should get these information.
More of a question for you, Sean.
No. All right, we're going to take
You're
a
the
break.
one that knows meth comes in chunks.
When we come back, I don't think it comes in chunks.
You just said you're buying a big old chunk of meth.
Big old hunking thing of meth. You're like
you said chunk of meth.
A bag of it. I don't know. However they take it.
We
I'll
have
take it.
listeners who do meth. Send a dispatch.
When we come back, there was a concert in England, and one person who attended really stood out. And it was so much of an incident that the performer on stage made mention of what was going on. What happened? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a little
holiday magic.
It's just minutes away, and brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
What's happening? I hope your Thursday is going great so far. Some delays and closures you should know about. The Greenway northbound, all lanes are closed after Reinhardt Road, exit 54, and southbound you'll feel delays after Narcoossee Road. The rest of the Greenway is clear right now. Your usual delay on I-4 eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway from Osceola Parkway, and also delays on the Turnpike that's southbound approaching the Oakland Exchange exit and the 429 toll southbound after the Plant and Franklin Street exit. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Save up to 70% at Mattress Warehouse today and sleep better tonight, knowing you got the best possible price. So where would you look to find the perfect mattress? In a little mattress store or Mattress Warehouse? Visit mattresswarehouse.com.
One of my favorite things about That Mortgage Guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that I can hear him every Saturday morning right here on Real Radio 104.1. That's right. Each week on Saturday mornings, Don and his crew, they answer your questions live on the air on the Home Loans Radio Show. And if you're busy on Saturday mornings, don't you worry. You can listen to all the informative episodes right there on the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. Or, of course, wherever you download podcasts, just search the Home Loans Radio Show with That Mortgage Guy Don. Now, Don and his crew, they're pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. They're explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. And chances are very good that you're leaving money on the table, so let That Mortgage Guy Don get your money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. By the way, if you have a quote already, get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, upload your quote to review, and he'll let you know if you can get a better deal. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
This Friday and Saturday only at Old Navy. Get 50% off all sweaters for the family. Grab this season's must-have sweaters, all for 50% off. But hurry, it's only this Friday and Saturday at Old Navy. Valid 11/17 and 18, excludes clearance.
When seasonal allergies and clogged sinuses make you miserable, you want fast relief. But recently there's confusion about which cold and allergy products work and which ones don't. In fact, oral phenylephrine, a drug found in many oral decongestants in the cold and allergy aisle, is currently being evaluated by the FDA because it may be ineffective. Luckily, there's a drug-free solution called Navage that for many provides on-the-spot relief. Navage is the natural way to relieve congestion by sucking out the allergens, germs, and mucus that can make you stuffy and miserable. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy. But more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril. Trust drug-free Navage so you can breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
Simply Safe was named the best home security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors and HD cameras are powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for fast emergency response. Visit simplysafe.com/radio to get 50% off any new system today. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Treat your taste buds to the King's Hawaiian Pork and Slaw Sandwich. Back for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. With slow-smoked pulled pork, melted pepper jack, and sweet and tangy slaw on a toasted King's Hawaiian bun. Enjoy one today with our new Tropical Cherry Limeade. A refreshing blend of sweet cherry and pineapple flavors with a squeeze of fresh lime. Only at Firehouse Subs. Beverage is artificially flavored. Participating U.S. locations.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. CREDIT. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
What happened?
Netflix has canceled 5. This says popular series in the headline, but you know, if they're a popular series, I don't know that Netflix would be canceling them. But it says Netflix cancels 5 popular series, and fans are not happy about this. And whenever I read a story like this, I realize there's a lot of shows on Netflix I've never heard of in my life. I didn't even know they existed out there. Because Netflix doesn't really advertise them, and you just have to kind of stumble on them, or maybe they get buzz and people are talking about them. However, 5 shows are getting the axe. The first one is a show called Agent Elvis, which starred Johnny Knoxville as Bobby Ray and Priscilla Presley as herself. Had not heard about that. I did not know that was going on. Did you watch any of that?
Elvis, man.
Yeah, I was unaware of Agent Elvis existing. The 10-episode animated adult comedy unfortunately only ran for 1 season. It's got 62% on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's not that bad, actually. That's a pretty good score. Another one-series special that the streamer has canceled is Farzar. And again, have you heard of Farzar before today?
No.
No.
It sounds like something from Pokemon.
It is an animated science fiction offering created by Waco O'Gwyn and Roger Black, and it is canceled.
Bye.
And another cartoon is gone, Captain Fall. Again, never heard about this until right now. That's a story about a goofy, gullible sea captain who becomes the fall guy for an illicit smuggling operation.
They canceled that, huh?
They canceled Captain Fall.
Damn it.
Then they have Kim Cattrall and Miss Benny, a show called Glamorous. That one has been
got
axed.
pretty big.
I don't remember that. I don't think I've seen it at all. Who's Miss Benny? Is that somebody? I've never heard this name before, I don't think. But Kim Cattrall and Miss Benny and Glamorous, it says. And then the final one is a show called Shadow and Bone, which kind of sounds like a porn, but it wasn't something that was on my radar over at Netflix.
A porn with what? Homeward Bound dog?
Shadow and Bone is canceled as well. All of them getting the chop. I know. It's a sad day. All these shows that were definitely popular, that people were definitely watching, are now canceled.
The thought of those writers. It's like, hey, guys, we're done with the strike, but you're fired.
Get back to there. Are you ready to go for Shadow and Bone Season 2? Here we go. Ah, damn it, man. And more bad news. More bad news going around. Turns out that they've announced this is going to be the final season for young Sheldon.
No.
That's right.
He's getting older. They're going to do preteen Sheldon now.
Yeah, he looks like a teenage kid now. He's 7 years, or the show's been around for 7 years. This is season 7. And I saw somebody.
Really?
Yeah, I saw somebody sharing a picture of him in there. They go, "How has this show been around for 7 years and this kid still looks like this?" And
you know that kid's like 35.
Is he really?
No,
he's an adult. No, he's got to be a
up.
teenager at least though. Since he was on 2.5 Men before that, like God, man, this kid's just been on television his whole life. Haven't watched a single episode of that show either. So there you go. Those are all just falling out of your life, and you will never be able to see them again.
Speaking of shows, because I exchanged some texts with my good friend Courtney, aka your girlfriend. Did you guys start the House of Usher?
Oh no, but I've heard such good things about
scared.
this.
Like I've been, because she asked me, "Do you think it's too scary?" I'm like, "This is a little bit of warning. It is very fun to watch, but there is some gore and stuff. And have you watched this?" So I've just every morning I've been thinking about her, wondering I hope I didn't give her really bad advice, but I think you guys are really going to enjoy it.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know what her triggers are. Is there anybody is like a brunette woman or child with their hair pulled in front of their face and their eyes are looking through their hair?
You mean like from The Ring?
Yeah, like that, exactly like that. Any characters like that? Because that gets her every time. She's too scared of that. That does not work.
That's what specifically Courtney is afraid of?
Yeah,
if it was a blonde with the eyes going through the hair, is that a big...
No, blonde would still be scary, but for some reason when the hair is darker, it is more scary on the little kid.
You know what I've been watching is All of Us Are Dead.
Mm-hmm.
It was, excuse me, I think it was released earlier this year, last year, but it was a Korean show, and I've just been watching it with the English dub, but it's zombie apocalypse. It is so good.
I heard a lot about this, actually.
I absolutely loved it. I mean, the way that these, and it's a big cast of just kids, essentially, and teenagers, and I'm hooked. I've been dreaming in Korean.
Is it like a Korean Stranger Things kind of thing? Where the
No,
whole
like
cast is
Korean Walking Dead, Train to Busan.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
it's
man.
great.
We're going to go to you and your dispatches here in just a moment. But before that, there is now a sentence in for a young kid in Texas. And first, I got to tell you the story of what happened. And then I'll tell you the sentence, because I think the sentence is not significant enough. Imagine this life. I want you to right now, we're going to take a second here. I'm going to bring you back in time. Hang on, I can set this up for you. All right, here we go. We're going to go back in time. All right. You are now 12 years old.
Yes.
Bam. All right.
Hey, what's up?
You're back. You're 12 years old. Explain to me what's going on in your life when you're 12 years old, Sabrina. What's happening?
12. What is that? I mean, I was in 6th grade, I think.
All right. So you're in 6th grade.
I had a boyfriend at the
All right.
time. We were making out a lot.
You remember what you would do for fun? What kind of things you were getting into?
Go to the mall, ride my scooter to the Miami Shores Rec Center because my neighborhood was too dangerous to ride a scooter in.
Okay.
Gosh, I mean, I wasn't really using the internet all that much.
You know what kind
Email,
of music
maybe.
you listened to back then?
Whatever was on Y100.
All right.
Britney Spears, Pink.
What about you, C-Lane? You're 12 years old. What are things looking like
He was
for
older.
you?
He was 15.
No. He's going to be 12 in this.
Oh, 12,
You're
sorry.
We're both going to 12 years old. I was
My
in
bad.
7th grade and, went to the YMCA a lot.
All right. So hanging out with your friends, just enjoying life, riding bikes, doing that kind of stuff.
I got bullied mildly.
Oh.
Oh,
Were
tough
you in
times.
the band yet at that age?
Yeah.
Oh, at 12 you were in a band?
He was in that jazz band that they hired for weddings.
That was like maybe 13, 14.
Oh, sorry.
Really?
But
Okay.
I thought you meant in the school band, which that started in 5th grade. So, yes.
All right. Well, I ask all of this for a reason.
What were
and I
you
want
doing
us-
at 12?
Well, same stuff. You know, I was a little kid riding my bike around the neighborhood, hanging out with my friends, watching cartoons.
Trying meth for the first time?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't trying meth. Those all the
For the
things I did
second
were in
time?
my ears. No. It's a little kid. So with that in mind, let's go through what happened in this story. They said a 12-year-old, this is the original story, a 12-year-old is charged with fatally shooting a Sonic employee in Texas.
Yeah, no.
12-year-old kid.
Nothing close to that at all.
And the employee, 32-year-old Matthew Davis, had confronted 20-year-old Angel Gomez after seeing him peeing in the parking lot of the restaurant in Keene, Texas around 9:40 p.m. on Saturday. At some point, a physical altercation ensued. Police say the 12-year-old used an AR-15 to open fire on Davis from the back seat of Gomez's vehicle, hitting him multiple times. They said Davis was flown to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead. Gomez and the 12-year-old fled the scene, though Gomez later returned. So he got charged with murder along with the minor, the 12-year-old who pulled
Where
the
did
trigger.
he get an AR-15 from?
He had an AR-15, and neither. Well,
man.
I guess Angel Gomez was old enough to buy the gun and may have obtained that legally or illegally. I do not know, but I know this: they just sentenced the 12-year-old who killed a 32-year-old with an AR-15, and they gave him 12 years in prison for killing this drive-in worker. Now, first he'll be in juvenile detention, and later they could transfer him to an adult prison. 12 years doesn't seem enough to me for that. I don't care if you're 12 or not. You knew what a gun was. You knew what happened when you pulled the trigger of a gun, and you knew if you pulled the trigger and pointed at that guy, he wouldn't be breathing anymore. 12 years for picking up a gun and murdering somebody? That seems like a light sentence to me. That seems like it's not enough. And I know they're going to go, he's 12. They're going to lean on the fact that he's 12 so much. I don't care if you're 12 or whatever. You killed somebody. You know that you took a gun out, an AR-15, you pointed at this person, you fired multiple rounds off, and you killed him, just like you knew you would do if you pulled that trigger. 12 years is the sentence that he got. Do you think that is lenient, or if that's an appropriate sentence? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. 1200 said the aunt told him to do it. She got sentenced as well. Is this the same story? Are we talking about the same story? Because I don't know that there was an aunt involved. You're talking about one where the young kid was inside a restaurant, or the aunt was in a restaurant and texted the kid to go in and shoot. which I think was a different story, maybe crossed wires there.
Yeah, I don't get this part. I mean, you did say that he might be moved to an adult facility once he's of age. I think he should be. Right. It would be weird to have a 22-year-old person in juvie.
Or does that imply? Well, you've had underage kids in actual prison. Yes, like 16-year-olds have been in prison alongside grown-ass men. That has definitely happened because I've seen video of it. But when they say he might be transferred to an adult facility, that almost implies to me that they're not sure if he's even going to serve the whole 12 years. He's going to serve 6 years, and when he turns 18, they just let him go or something. That's not enough. MFQ says 12 years is not enough. He's not going to even be fully developed when he's out. He needs to think of his actions. Yeah, a small hit on his life. Even if he served all 12, he's 13 years old now. He'd be 25 years old, full life ahead of him.
This is what I don't get about these stories. I mean, aside from the 12-year sentence seeming very light. It says the teen whose identity has been withheld due to his age was found delinquent in October in the May shooting. Why are we protecting the identity of criminal children?
Yeah.
Why do you need to not show his mugshot and not say his age? I get it when they're the victim of a crime and you want to shield the child from this. But, like, what if this kid, I mean, what if he was just a terrible, awful, no good, very bad kid? Despite his lawyer saying he wasn't in a gang, he didn't carry around guns. He was a good kid.
Yeah, it's always the case.
According to attorney Seth Fuller. But what if this kid was just really that awful and he murdered somebody and he escaped juvie? Now are we going to post his picture around because he's on the loose?
I don't think they do.
I don't get that this like snap between the second you turn 18. Now we can just plaster your name and picture everywhere because you're an adult. I mean,
that's true.
If you committed an adult crime, you better be able to, like have the same consequences.
You are right in as much as we have very rigid ideas of what age means toward development, but it's just not how it plays out. A 12-year-old can be somebody who is fully capable of understanding that they just committed the crime of murder. And if that's the case, then yeah, I mean,
are they considering though what the future holds for this?
Yes, they are.
Individual, like
yes, they are. Yes, that's why they oftentimes don't release their names, and if they're underage, they keep that.
Any like
quiet.
Little possibility of rehabilitation? I mean, or understanding in those next 12 years, and possibly becomes a decent human at the end of it. Then
which
maybe
you would
that's
hope for, right?
Of course, but if you go into jail at 12 and you don't get released for 80 years, like you're not going to ever be the same person.
No, I think people deserve second chances. I absolutely believe in second chances, but I don't believe 12 years is enough for this punishment. I think that somebody lost a brother, somebody lost a son, somebody lost somebody they were very close to, somebody who was just trying to work at a Sonic restaurant, for God's sake. And when you take somebody else's life away, it's the most aggressive thing you can do to another human and everybody around them that it impacts.
Also,
So
they said
12
they
years.
confronted the kid for peeing in the parking lot of the Sonic, which for Sonic, you might as well just be peeing all over the restaurant.
Yeah.
Hey, this segment brought to you by Sonic.
Yeah, we're probably not going to get that sponsorship deal. When we come
It's
back, we're going to hear
because
from
you
you.
eat in the parking lot.
When we come back, we're going to hear
Don't
from
even know
you.
what a Sonic is.
Yeah, it's a drive-in, right?
With the roller skates.
Old school. You're going to hear we're going to hear your dispatches. Excuse me.
Try
when
to
we
talk,
come back. I know. I'm trying to get to the end of this sentence.
We're having little quirky moments.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. In fact, let's work some of those in. I think we could do this, right? Here's Ball Death Dealer with a dispatch. This says Tricane. I don't know what that means.
Hey. So there is an aquatic organism anesthetic called Tricane or MS-222.
Okay.
And it will give a false positive for cocaine. There's a story I always hear.
The donut one?
one of our vets that we've worked with, and she was going to a conference, and for whatever reason, she thought she may need some Triacaine, so she brought some in a little baggie on her carry-on, and the dogs alerted on her.
Oh, no.
This also leads me to believe that Sean Wasson was cutting his cocaine with 222, although they're both kind of expensive. Anyways, later.
See you later. Thank you for the dispatch. I've never heard of Triacaine.
It is a fish anesthetic.
Huh.
It is a white powder used for
sleepy fish,
anesthesia, sedation, or euthanasia of fish.
Huh.
So,
really? Okay.
And it's the only anesthetic licensed in the United States for fin fish that are intended for human consumption.
What fish don't have fins? Sean? Come on, fish guy.
Stingray? And is that a fish? Is that considered a fish or something different? Or a ray, I guess it would be at that point. I don't know. How do I know?
Because you're Mr. Aquarium guy. Fish king.
I'm trying to think. A sunfish, maybe? I don't know. Fish usually have fins, I think. Here's Mike the trucker.
Someone text Greg.
He's talking about mess sushi. He'll know. Hello?
Hey, News Junkies. This is Mike the trucker.
Hey.
They're talking about the restaurant out in Santa Rosa County, Nico's. I lived in that little town right there for about 6 months. Put several $100s on my credit card at the time, eating sushi there.
Did you get high?
It was good sushi, good food, meth and all. Pretty sure that place closed down though. Anyway, wiggle, pop, pop.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, that they had shut down in the wake of all of this, because it doesn't look fantastic. One more.
Imagine one of the people at the table is a long haul trucker. They're like, wait a second, something tastes familiar here.
They might like it more. You know, that might be a bonus for some of those guys. Let you drive a little bit longer. All right, you know what? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the nymphomaniac prison where some insane, sexy things are going down. The problem is they're not supposed to be going down like
There's
this.
a podcast title.
But they are coming up next on the News Junkie.
Twitter. It's not just for dragging people. It's mostly real radio, just for dragging people. 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's happening? I hope your Thursday is going great so far. Some delays and closures you should know about. The Greenway northbound, all lanes are closed after Reinhardt Road, exit 54, and southbound you'll feel delays after Narcoossee Road. The rest of the Greenway is clear right now. Your usual delay on I-4 eastbound approaching Central Florida Parkway from Osceola Parkway, and also delays on the Turnpike that's southbound approaching the Oakland Exchange exit and the 429 toll southbound after the Plant and Franklin Street exit. Our Safe Touch security line is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, better sleep and unmissable deals are a sure bet. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic and score a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Plus, get your new bed with fast and free delivery. Don't miss the Black Friday sale at Mattress Firm.
I challenge you to try something out this weekend, to treat yourself and to have a true experience by going to Primrose Lanes. And when you go there, make sure you try out the breakfast sandwich. It is the best breakfast sandwich in the state of Florida. And see if I'm wrong on that. Go try that out. It's got bacon, American cheese, and a fried egg, and it is so glorious. Truly the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had in my life. Now, of course, you can try the world-famous house-made hot dog that they have over on Primrose's menu, or the crispy chicken. The smoked prime rib is incredibly popular, and that is well-deserved, that popularity. And Primrose Lanes has so much more. Sports fans, go check them out on game days, because they have a 130-inch 4K video wall for you to watch your game on. And they have amazing food, great drinks, and, of course, bowling. You can bowl on the Primrose Lanes that are right there inside this great establishment. Eat, drink, watch in style. Visit them. Check out the menu. Maybe you want to peruse that beforehand and do everything else you need to do. Even reserve lanes over at primroselanes.com.
People think Florida is salty because most of our state is surrounded by salt water. But it's the other states that are salty. Why? Because we get to enjoy McDonald's breakfast bagels year-round.
You see, most parts of the country aren't as lucky as us and can't wake up to a steak, egg, and cheese bagel with a tender, juicy steak patty and savory grilled onions, or a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel with a sizzling hot pork sausage patty, or a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with thick-cut applewood smoked bacon. Enjoy savory breakfast bagels only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's.
Calling all loyal McRib fans. Guess what? It's back at McDonald's, and it's fire with that tangy barbecue sauce and seasoned boneless pork. Right now, get 25% off when you spend $5 only when you order ahead in the McDonald's app. So pick up a tasty McRib combo meal with medium fries and an ice-cold Diet Dr. Pepper. It's back for a limited time, so don't you sleep on this deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 9/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's for limited time. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Diet Dr. Pepper is a registered trademark of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Inc.
Stella Artois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at 310 Lakeside in downtown Orlando Friday, November 17th from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Artois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner, and as always, let's start with a Stella.
Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family, and you can help support them by enjoying delicious fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
Always night pads are designed for a perfect night's sleep. So you can do your bear hugging a pillow thing, your free-falling starfish thing, your burritoed in a blanket with the AC blasting thing. While Always night pads with rapid dry do there, we've got your back with fast absorbency and up to 10 hours of protection thing. So while your period's doing its own thing, Always lets you do your sleep thing. Shop for Always in-store or online, wherever you get your pads.
iHeart Podcast update this week on your free iHeartRadio app. Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans. We'll take you all the way back to Dancing with the Stars Season 1 and up through today for all the dance floor drama. Next question with Katie Couric. Katie brings the thoughtful, inquisitive, relatable style to a slew of new and intimate conversations with some of the most fascinating and innovative people in news, politics, and pop culture. The Uppity Knitter Podcast with Saida Garrett, featuring musicians that Saida is friends with discussing their interesting and unusual hobbies. Hear these podcasts and more on your free iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured, hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. CREDIT. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may the odds be ever in your favor.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
There's an age that you can get to now where just showing up to a concert will put you in the news. And that's what happened to this sweet woman. She's 64 years old. She goes by the name Mama Jane. That's her name. And she is the biggest and oldest 50 Cent fan around.
All right. That's why. I'm like, that's really not that old.
No, but for 50 Cent, I guess, it's a little older and she's moving around to his music. And he actually tweeted out about her. Here's the post that says, "The coolest person at my show tonight by far. She was rocking with me. Birmingham's second show," they said. And you see the lady just kind of dancing. And she's
what
rocking.
a cutie pie. Wait, she's just 60, you said?
64.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she looks older than 64. You're not
Looks
wrong
like
about that.
80. No way she's 64.
She looks Golden Girls age. She looks definitely older. And she's doing like the hand movements. It's up on the newsjunkie.com.
She's having a time.
In the See It Now section. I hope I'm having fun like that if I'm 64 years old.
Please don't go to a rap concert
Why
at that
not?
age, dude.
What's wrong with
It's not going to be
that?
as cute of a video.
Why?
It'll be the
If I'm
creepy
out
dude.
there, I'm like dancing, doing my rap dances.
Oh, do a
and,
rap dance. Show the people.
I have a couple of them, but I don't want to show them off right now because
Right.
then when I do it at the rap concert,
They're
then
gonna
people
be like,
won't be impressed.
65-year-old man still kicking it.
Did you see the video this week of, oh, Christ, I always forget his name. Who's the guy? I think is it Terrence Howard, I think is his name, right?
From
the actor?
Yeah, the actor Terrence Howard.
Hustle or
I
Hustler?
believe it was him, possibly it was somebody else.
From Big Mama's house?
From Empire.
From all of those things.
Big Mama's house, though.
I know him best from the viral video where he tried to redo math and say, 1 + 1 is 3 or whatever it was.
Terrence.
Yeah. And he was, I believe it was him, unless I'm screwing this up. I'll fix it if I am. He's at some party with all these Hollywood types and he has them push back to like make some space on the floor and starts breakdancing in front of everybody. And whoever posted it was like, oh my God, look how cool. I didn't expect this to happen. It was the worst breakdancing I've ever seen in my life. It was like genuinely very bad breakdancing that was happening. Okay, I got it wrong. Let me correct this. It was Cuba Gooding Jr. who was doing it. All right?
Oh, he's been doing that.
He always does something to get some attention.
I thought he was he was in hot water for sexual assault or something.
He was. Yeah, he had some weird stuff some charges against him.
We forgot about that already, though.
For groping. I don't know what happened with it, but he's at this party. Look, they're like, oh, how cool. He's breakdancing. It's the worst breakdancing
Okay, you
I've
try
ever
that, dude. You try it, Sean.
Come on. You got to say, if I'm breakdancing, it would be at least that good. You
No,
think
it
that's
would
good?
not. You have no idea how that, for him to move like that.
No, hold on. I know exactly how hard it is to breakdance. It's incredibly, incredibly hard, right? I understand that. But that wasn't good
Those
breakdancing.
moves?
That was
Lane,
bad.
please take the wide shot and allow Sean to go ahead and do the same moves because it's not that hard on the Secret Show's rug. Go ahead.
I don't know how to breakdance, so I wouldn't try it. But he's out there acting as if he could breakdance, and that was really bad. He's just like bouncing around like this, back and forth. It was close. Like it looked like maybe if he had like a year more of practice, he could be a little bit better at it, and it might be impressive. But I guess
for his age, I think that was pretty decent.
How old is he?
Cuba.
How old's Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Let's see. Wiki. Cuba.
Famous for being in
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. He was the athlete in Jerry Maguire.
Wasn't he radio?
55.
He's 55 years old?
Yeah.
He looks good for 55. I'm not going to tell you he's not, but I just don't think he's a good breakdancer. I've seen some videos. Some of these guys
been
are
doing that breakdancing
incredible.
stuff forever.
Is he the guy that just at every party does the breakdance thing?
In every movie, too. There's a moment. Like, I know him, like, I watched Rat Race a lot growing up. He was in that. And at the end, spoiler alert, he does a breakdancing bit.
Oh, my God. So this is his thing. This is what he really holds on to.
That and groping women.
All right, let's go. Oh, we got to get to the story that I was talking about. The nymphomaniac prison, they say. A prison where staff organized orgies as they could not work without sex, they said. This was in Belgium. They said a dozen employees are implicated in the scandal, both men and women. The sex-mad staff would organize their regular meetups after work. They said many of these alleged X-rated sessions took place in a jacuzzi owned by one of the employees. So if it's outside of work, who cares? If they're at somebody's house and they're at their jacuzzi, I don't care if they do that. Go for it. Participants in these alleged parties are said to have drawn colored bracelets at random, which would determine which member of the group was having sex with who. So you grab some bracelets, and that's how we figure out what we're doing today. At other times, though, here's where the problem enters. At other times, employees would also do this during work. One senior employee allegedly even let a nymphomaniac employee referred to as S use his office so she could have sex with other people in the working day, they say.
Well, that's just being a nice coworker,
Decent of you.
Mind if I borrow your office real quick to pork?
They said from 6 a.m., she would let it be known that if she didn't have this, she wouldn't be able to work. She had to be pleased, they said. All right, good luck to you.
You do you, girl.
Seem to be in a little bit of trouble. And we're going to hear from you momentarily. You're going to join us with a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to leave yours right now, just like this one. Here is Twin Pro talking about Robert DeNiro.
Listen, I don't think that any kind of harassment is acceptable at all. But if somebody is paying me $300,000 a year and they're talking on the phone with me while they're peeing, it's not that big of a deal. Everybody pees. Everybody poops. They wrote a book about it, all right? $300,000 a year, I'm going to let DeNiro pee all my face. I don't care.
All right.
My kids. Sorry, Daddy's got to pay for college. Thank you, Mr. DeNiro.
People will do a lot for $300,000, it turns out. We've learned that today. People are willing to just put it out there for $300,000. I don't know. It seems weird peeing on the phone. Outside of a courtroom, I don't know that there's any merit to this case at all. It sounds like just another one of these cases where somebody goes, my boss was mean, and now I want to bring it to the justice system and try to sue them for $12 million. It sounds like one of those cases to me, but I think it's weird to pee on the phone with somebody else. I'm not down with that. Seems strange. Okay, when we come back, though, we will be down with it. Not that, but down with the end of the show, which means the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you're going to waste part of your day on social media, so why not waste it with us? Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 weather impact day as heavy rain will continue throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours tonight. We could be seeing the potential for localized flooding as well as gusty winds. Gusts along our east coast upwards of 40, potentially even 50 miles per hour. Now we are going to be seeing drying skies by this weekend, which is great news. So remember to depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team.
This report is sponsored by RockTheCountry.com.
Mark your calendar and tell your boss to shove it. Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, and some of their friends are going to get loud, going to get rowdy, and they're going to do it in your hometown. Tickets to Rock the Country are on sale November 17th at 10 a.m. at RockTheCountry.com.
At Target, your favorites are our favorites. And when you can save on your favorites too, yes please. This week only, get 20% off select breakfast essentials. That's 20% off all bagged and K-Cup coffee. Talk about essential. From brands like Good & Gather, Starbucks, and more. 20% off all cereal, like Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, the list goes on. And 20% off Tropicana and Simply Orange Juice too. But these deals end Saturday, so it's time for a Target run. Restrictions apply.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand-name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
What's gotten lost in a lot of news coverage is trust.
Dan Abrams and Elizabeth Vargas on America's fastest growing cable news network, News Nation.
News Nation is the place that people can come because they trust that at the least we're trying to be straight with them.
Every point of view is represented. That's what we do. We only earn that trust, keep that trust by every single night fulfilling that mission.
To find News Nation on your screen, go to joinnn.com.
What key is tonight going to be played in? Well, that's entirely up to you and your spirit. Over here at Wild Turkey, we're opting for something that rings true and can reverberate for ages. A little 101. Wild Turkey 101 has been pleasing crowds for decades with its iconic rich flavor. Crafted with generations of know-how and the finest ingredients. Wild Turkey. Trust your spirit. Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Copyright 2023 Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise, drink responsibly.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Always night pads are designed for a perfect night's sleep. So you can do your bear hugging a pillow thing, your free falling starfish thing, your burritoed in a blanket with the AC blasting thing. While Always night pads with rapid dry do their we've got your back with fast absorbency and up to 10 hours of protection thing. So while your period's doing its own thing, Always lets you do your sleep thing. Shop for Always in-store or online, wherever you get your pads.
This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Of course you do. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. That's Better Business Bureau, baby, and thousands of online reviews. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
West 2 News, now here for you at 7 p.m. Because breaking news doesn't wait for the right time.
News never stops.
And that's why our team keeps going. We're adding more coverage of what matters most to Central Florida. The big stories that will have you talking. An accurate forecast you can depend on. Stuart Moore, Michelle Imperato, Tony Manalfi. West 2 News at 7 p.m. Local, live, late breaking.
On the next Access Hollywood, the crowd's Elizabeth Debicki on her uncanny Princess Diana transformation and the emotional toll of recreating Diana's tragic death.
You know, there are times where you just come to work and you just think, it's too sad. It's just like too sad to do, but it's your job.
And Leonardo DiCaprio on reteaming with Martin Scorsese and Oscar buzz. Plus, Ben Affleck, Mark Wahlberg, and many more. Access is everywhere in Vegas. Don't miss our Formula One countdown. Next, Access Hollywood.
And Mario Lopez here. Join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
If you don't have access to health insurance through an employer, a navigator may be able to help you find affordable coverage through the federal marketplace. And the service is free. Visit online at coveringflorida.org.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And so we've got some news on the way for you before too long about Just Okay 8. We've been working on this a bit behind the scenes and going to switch things up a little bit on it this year. We're excited to tell you more about it. But remember, this year Just Okay 8 is in, well, next year, right? So this year, we've pushed this over to March, and that's where the event is going to remain. It's going to be an event that stays in the first quarter of the year.
You're going to feel real lucky about it.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to say much more than that, but, it's already fairly obvious what's going on here. We wanted to change things up for a million different reasons. One being that there is so much going on at the end of the year, and so many people are checked out. It's amazing to me. Pay attention to this year, and you'll see it every single place you look. December 1st, everybody checks out. December 1st.
Except for us for the last 8 years.
Oh, everybody checks out like day 1 of December. And you could see like a boss asking an employee to do something like, hey, you give me those 2 PS reports? And they go, I don't know. It's December.
Auto reply of the brain.
Everybody's checked out. They're ready for their big long break that they're going to take. And they're just doing the least amount of work on the way up to that. And so we're going to push it to March so we can have some more fun with this and expand it into an even bigger event. If you've never been to a Just Okay show, boy, we've been doing it for a while. We missed 1 year, right? Because of the pandemic, only 1 year? Did we miss 2? Damn. Yeah, because you're right, because this will be the 8th one, and we've been doing the show in this time slot for 10 years now, which is pretty wild. We're going to get to you in just a moment here, your dispatches, but I did want to bring this story up because I thought this was fantastic, and it's definitely something you're not supposed to do. An ultra marathon runner, which I can't even imagine, ultra marathon runner, who placed 3rd in a 50-mile race in April. These folks are racing 50 miles. I didn't even want to drive a car 50 miles, and they're racing 50 miles, ultra marathoners, only to later admit she traveled in a car for part of it, has been handed a 12-month ban for breaching UK Athletics Code of Conduct for senior athletes. They said the woman came in 3rd place, and they were like, congratulations. And then they found out at one point that she had jumped in a car for some stretch of the race, which obviously you're not supposed to do.
I would probably enter more races if I knew that was an option.
Oh, that'd be great. You race right around the first corner and then just jump in an Uber and haul your ass to the finish line and be done with it? That sounds fun to me. And that's what she tried to do. But unfortunately, they have some rules and you're not allowed to do it. All right, let's see what we got going on for our final dispatches. Enva is talking about All of Us Are Dead, Sabrina. You had mentioned the show.
Oh.
Enva, N-V-A-U-G-H, right here.
Hey, junkies. Yeah, Sabrina watching All of Us Are Dead, she is totally right. I highly, highly recommend it. It came out last year. I've probably watched it start to finish 3 times already. Dang. It is super addicting, and it is hard to go to sleep without waiting for the next episode. So It is something I highly recommend to everyone.
It's a big recommendation.
Spoiler alert.
No.
It's called All of Us Are Dead for a reason.
Okay. So you said it's a zombie thing, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else different? Or is it just a run-of-the-mill zombie thing, or is there a twist on it?
I mean, I still have 2 more episodes as of last night. So I don't know if the twist is at the end. I mean, it's not your typical zombie thing. I think that the acting and the zombie-ness of it all is really great. But I'm at the point where I feel like this is going to have a twist at the end.
Yeah. Well, you know what's coming up soon, real soon, as a matter of fact. The real-life Squid Game thing is coming out really soon on Netflix. And I'm so glad I didn't play that trailer because when I watched it on YouTube, 3 words and somebody said the S word.
They don't put out the green trailers anymore? Do they not want promotion and radio?
They used to. You know what else is really, really stupid to me? If we play a trailer for something, I end up with a copyright ding on the YouTube, and then you have to mute that segment of the show. And I'm like, it's a trailer. It's meant for promoting the movie.
When we first started the show, they would send us packages of things, including the trailer, but also a T-shirt and a popcorn bucket to promote these upcoming TV shows and movies. And now it's don't you dare talk about it.
That's so stupid to me. You should want everybody to play the trailer. You should want that to be played as many times as is possible so that the word gets out.
My favorite, I always thought, I know some people might think it's stupid, but my favorite was when they would send us stuff and it would have the first couple episodes of the show before it aired. And I'm like, oh.
Some of that stuff they sent was clever. Yeah, they sent really cool merch sometimes that would get you talking about it on the radio, and then they think everybody's going to listen, which works sometimes. I think.
Chop liver now.
Send us some free stuff, please. We're waiting, movie outlets, TV outlets.
Yeah.
Everybody in Hollywood, send us all your stuff, please.
Yeah, Brad.
Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love the folks over there. You're going to get the truck of your dreams at nationstrucks.com. Work trucks, lifted trucks, they got it all. Start your journey now at nationstrucks.com. A mysterious buzz keeps a small town up at night for weeks on end. This buzzing in Belfast will not stop. Did you go near Belfast, Sabrina?
No, but that is on the docket for the next Irish trip.
Well, hopefully it's not still buzzing then, because I've been dealing with this for quite some time, and I guess it's annoying some of the locals. We got to wrap things up, though, so let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, November 16th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this character right here.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
That is correct. It's right there in the song. Today I learned the Christmas character Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is still protected by copyright until 2034.
Oh, and then the bloody gore version of it.
Yeah, the horror film Rudolph will come out. They said he has the rare distinction of being an iconic Christmas character that's not in the public domain. This is why most Christmas art and decorations do not include Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because there are licensing fees associated with using that image. Today I learned bald eagle nests can get pretty big. They get to about 1 metric ton on average.
My gosh.
How much the nests weigh. The biggest bald eagle nest ever recorded was 2.7 metric tons. Today I learned this show right here.
Sunday,
Happy Days. That's right, Happy Days.
Hey.
Happy Days producers intentionally sought a short actor to play Fonzie. They didn't want his character to overshadow the rest of the cast, and they were all under 6 feet tall. Despite their intent, Henry Winkler, 5'6", still became the breakout star of the show.
Shorter for a man, no?
Yeah, 5'6" is shorter. I think what's average? About 5'8", 5'10", something like that. Everybody expects you to be over 6 feet.
What are you, 5'11"?
No, I'm 6 feet tall. I'm right there on it. Actually, because my neck is all, I probably shrunk a little bit. I probably came down just a little bit. Today I learned cats can be allergic to humans. It goes both ways.
That's sad.
You probably know somebody with a cat or a dog allergy, but pets can also be allergic to us. Allergies are caused by an overreaction of the immune system to substance such as pollen, peanuts, or pet saliva. But they can be allergic to us. Today I learned this man right here.
I will wait.
Mumford & Sons. That's right. It's I Will Wait from Mumford & Sons. Actress Carey Mulligan and singer Marcus Mumford, they were childhood pen pals. As kids, they would just write to each other back and forth and back and forth. They reconnected as adults. She became famous as an actress. He became famous as a singer. And eventually the two got married after all those years. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Get the podcast if you missed any of the show at thenewsjunkie.com. And we'll see you next time.